I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make a bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be was good. It's your number one chief rocker in Knicks Universe. Uncle Freezy is in the building. Salute. Good mornings. Good mornings to my people. Long time no see. We in the spot, man. We about to talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all early on a Saturday morning. Getting it in. Man, and quite frankly, I miss y'all, man. Quite frankly, man, I miss y'all, man. Man, I miss y'all. Miss rocking the spot, man. It hadn't been. It seems like what's been forever, man. Seems like what's been forever. The work schedule has got me in a chokehold. But as for this morning, I have a lot of stuff to talk to y'all about. I've been listening. I've been in the bushes. Y'all deserve some in-depth quality content, and I feel I'm the one that's gonna provide it to you. So there are a few things, man, we gotta talk about. Man, first, let me shout out my peoples, man. Allah Wise is in the building. My brother, salute. Was good. Pastor Jay is in the building. Salute, Pastor Jay. I see you out there, man. I see you out there in them social media streets. Pastor Jay is in the building. Wiz is in the building. My brother was good. Free Keith is in the building. Salute. Bricks Nation is in the building. Salute, y'all. Man, so let me do this. I have a ton of thoughts. I'm going to put this out here for my guy real quick. But I have a ton of thoughts out here. Ton of stuff on my mind. A lot of stuff on my mind. Everything from how this team looks like a championship contender based on numbers and not emotion. When is Deuce coming back? Got to have that conversation. Man, the Knicks win-loss record over the last such and such amount of games. We're going to talk about that. Hit 'em Up is in the building. Salute. Man, so much stuff to talk about. So many topics to take a mental and analytical deep dive on. Man, y'all buckle up. Pour up your beverage of choice. Get ready to disagree with me a lot. Get ready to uncover some stuff in the conversation. get ready to agree with me on some stuff. Man, I'm super excited, man, about being here this morning. So I have a bunch of topics listed that I wanted to get through. And what I'll say is I won't do them in a specific order. I do have to update my YouTube description though. Let me do this. Yeah. All right. So one of the first things I really wanted to talk about with everybody is I notice how negative the Knicks environment is right now. And I don't know if I agree with the Knicks environment is right now. And in my belief, I believe we should be in a celebratory. I think we should be in a celebratory mood because for the most part, the Knicks are a 54 win team with no major injuries to key players, with a great defense and a brand new coach. Free Keith is in the building saying it's why how fans were telling him that the regular season don't matter, and now they count in wins and losses. Yeah, man, I feel you. I feel you. And what I would say to that too is this. What I would say to you about that is, and Free Keith is my guy. Free Keith is the Twitter, the Lord of Twitter. What I would say to this is this: everything matters. Everything matters. When people say it doesn't matter, that means it definitely matters. You have to read how people say things. You know this in real life, when somebody says it doesn't matter, it absolutely matters. Real King in the building. Salute. Snipes Entertainment is in the building. Yo, Walter White is in the building. Pastor Jay says, and I'm gonna read a few of these, but I got a bunch of stuff, man. I have 2 pages of stuff that I want to kind of go over with everybody. So just to get your thoughts and to add some food for your thoughts. All right. Pastor Jay says the Knicks are 19-19 against above 500 teams, 5-25 when trailing after the third quarter, and 20-16 on the road. I understand, but that's it. When the playoffs start, you're not going to be playing a different team every night. If you lose to them one night, you get a day to figure out how to beat them. It's just what it is. I feel you. The fourth quarter thing, all that stuff, I feel you. And I feel you. None of that stuff is, to me, none of the numbers are alarming, right? Because just like lottery teams are tanking and packing up for Cancun. I am in a mental, analytical, and emotional space preparing for what the playoffs bring, and I can care less about a random Thursday night against the San Antonio Spurs and we lose at the buzzer. I don't care. That's my stance. I'm not saying this is not valuable information. What I'm saying is like a lot of things, the transition is real, right? The transition is real. Like how certain teams are packing their bags to head to St. Lucia right now, right? Like the Chicago Bulls have their bags packed to go to Cancun. I'm in that mental, analytical, and emotional space transitioning from a grind of a regular season into preparing myself mentally, emotional, analytically for a playoffs where the Knicks get to face that same above 500 team in a best of 7 series. That's where my mind is at. The team is healthy. Deuce McBride is finally taking contact. There are some things that the Knicks are improving on at the moment, getting better. And yeah, I can see the Knicks being ready for that. Yeah, Dorkosaurus Rex is in the chat. Salute. Snipes Entertainment says Charlotte is a major problem. Indeed, I told IKBM Dre that. For those that remember back when I was telling IKBM Dre, I was like, "Hey, bro, Charlotte's going to be a problem." Hey, I got laughed at. Remember, I got laughed at. Man, Charlotte. I was like, "Bro, they have an analytics department. They have young people there. They're trying to." I got laughed at, bro. But here we are. Shit, I see y'all. Hey, Real King says, is Mike Brown ready for the play? Ooh. We'll get into that. We'll get into that for sure. We'll get into that for sure. You know what? How about I do this? So I have some stuff prepared, but if y'all have questions, if y'all got something on your chest, man, how about we read some stuff from the chat? And then we'll get into that. Get into the stuff that I have prepared. Free Keith says, yeah, I said it all matters from the beginning of the season and got my back kicked in for my concerns. Free Keith, you need a stronger back. You need a stronger back. Bro, you need pineapple flushes out your system, bro. Right? You got to get us, you got soursop, bro. To my man Free Keith, put down those honey buns, man. Get a stronger back. Free Keith, you need to early in the morning walks, bro. Walks or runs early in the morning. Get your day started. Get that fresh air in those lungs, bro. That's how you got to do it, bro. Yeah, Free Keith, you need a stronger back, bro. Yo, shout out to my man Free Keith, bro. Shout out to the Knicks content legend Free Keith, man. I'm joking. I'm joking with my guy Free Keith, man. Hey, salute to Free Keith. That is a valid concern. Hey, Walter White said, Free Keith. Walter White says, build up your core. Balance is key. You got to stay stretched. The older you get, man, make sure you work on your core and your balance. Yeah, man. Somebody said something. I think it was Darkosaurus Rex that put something in here. Said, yeah, aren't we set to play the Hawks right now? The Hawks have been on fire. Yeah, they found something. They traded away Trae Young. It was addition by subtraction. They got rid of Trae Young, and they leaned all in on defense and athleticism. They added Jonathan Kuminga, some more athleticism, things of that sort, and the Hawks seem to have figured something out. The Hornets have seemed to figure something out, right? You know who else has figured something out, though? Chat, I mentioned Atlanta and Charlotte seem to have figured something out this season, right? And have gotten hot, right? Can y'all tell me another team that has figured something out and has gotten hot? I can tell you. I can tell you exactly who has figured something out and has gotten hot. I can tell you an NBA team right now that in the last 30 games are 22-8 and playing at right now have a 77 win percentage in the last 30 games. In the last 30 games, I know a team that has a 77 win percentage. They're 22-8. Right? Also, not only have they figured out how to win games, they have figured out, or not only have they figured out how to win games of all types, they figured out how to make it easier to win games of all types. And that is your New York Knicks. Since January 2nd, the Knicks are giving up 108 points a game. Right? If that was their defense since the start of the season, the Knicks would have the second best defense in the NBA. Right? What I will say, though, is this. I do understand that the Pistons are a great team. I understand that the Celtics are a great team. I understand that Charlotte, Atlanta have been playing above their head, or maybe Charlotte and Atlanta are playing to their potential. I'll be more respectful than that. I'll say Charlotte and Atlanta are playing to their potential. The East is going to be a monster in the playoffs. But a monster for who? Right? Because the Knicks don't have to play all 9 playoff teams or 9 other playoff teams, including what happens in the play-in. The Knicks won't have to play all of those teams. JJ is in the building. Salute my guy. JJ, me too, man. I picked up an account at work, and all of a sudden, it's been weird. I'll just say that. So socially, it's been weird. Hadn't been able to get on social media. Hadn't really had a chance to do Echo and Essence. Hadn't had the opportunity to do the New York Mets Lounge much. Hadn't had the opportunity to do Lawrence Tears much. I'm just here. So just scratching and surviving. So, but we're here. We're gonna rock the spot this morning. So to the point that I was making, the Eastern Conference is gonna be a minefield, right? But the Knicks don't have to play everybody in that battlefield. The Knicks get one opponent per round. And all the Knicks have to do is focus on that one opponent. Now, do the Knicks have the components to defeat that opponent in that round? Right? Do the Knicks have the components to defeat that opponent in that round? Right? Now, here's the thing that I want to point out to everyone. Jalen Brunson is our guy. Jalen Brunson is our guy. And I have complete faith in Jalen Brunson. Right? I have complete faith in Jalen Brunson. Right? Let me make that clear. And you, as a Knicks fan, have complete faith in Jalen Brunson also. You, as a Knicks fan, you have complete faith in Jalen Brunson as our guy. And I have complete faith in the roster that Leon Rose has built. I have faith in Mike Brown as the Knicks head coach in the playoffs. And you guys do as well. It's the reason why you show up and you make your comments and you voice your opinions, because you feel like this team is a really good team. And how I know this is because I watched you guys when the Knicks had the opposite of all of this. I watched the same folks in the chat. The same folks in the chat. I watched y'all when the Knicks point guard rotation was Trey Burke, Kadeem Allen, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., and Emmanuel Mudiay. I was here for that. When you compare Jalen Brunson to those five guys at point guard that I just mentioned, you know Jalen Brunson is good. When you look back to Enes Kanter, Noah Vonleh, Mario Hezonja, Terrence Williams, and Troy Williams, and young R.J. Barrett, Marcus Morris, Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, Wayne Ellington, Reggie Bullock. You know this team is better than that team. You do. You have complete faith in those guys, because if we remember where we come from, we know that we're not in the same place as we used to be. You know this team is good. Our question, though, is how good? That's our question. Right? How good is the question? Like, how good is this team? What is this team at full potential? Right? So we can mention guys, for instance, in a Eastern Conference Finals, can Jalen Brunson be better than a Jaylen Brown or the 85 or the 80% of Jason Tatum's potential that we're getting right now? Is Jalen Brunson a better player than Jaylen Brown or the 80-ish% of Jason Tatum that the Celtics are getting right now? Is Jalen Brunson just as good or better than Cade Cunningham returning off of injury? And then in a weird, bizarre twist, if it happens, and I'm just saying this because it's playoffs, it's sports, things happen, right? It's sports, things happen. Is Jalen Brunson better than Donovan Mitchell if they upset someone? Is Jalen Brunson better than James Harden if Cleveland upsets someone? Is Jalen Brunson better than anyone on the Atlanta Hawks roster? The Atlanta Hawks' best player. Is Jalen Brunson better than the best player on the Charlotte Hornets roster? It's something to think about. Something to think about in a sense, because I understand that these teams are good. They do all these things against other teams, and they put up highlight plays, and in their regular season schedule, yeah. But in my mind, I'm thinking, can LaMelo Ball lead the Charlotte Hornets to beat the Knicks in a 7-game series? Or did LaMelo Ball have a great night? Because doing it one time on one night doesn't mean you can do it best out of, the 4 times out of 7 games. If that is indeed the case, then we need to have a different conversation about Jalen Brunson. And I'm not prepared to have that conversation. I don't think that conversation is even worth having. NBA Economy Show is in the building. So there are a number of things. And listen, I know that there is some trepidation. I get it. Like, hey, Uncle Freezy, you remember that night in February when the Knicks lost to such and such team, and Cat only took 4 shots and Jalen Brunson had to carry the team by himself? Yeah, whatever. When the playoffs get here, it's a different story. Uncle Freezy, you remember when the Pacers tried to do? Yeah, I remember that. The Pacers are not going to be in the playoffs. When the playoffs get here, when the lights are the brightest, when half the league is in Cancun, you'll see what the real players will do. Because I understand where the Knicks are as a franchise. I understand that the Knicks seem to have a lot to prove, but it's New York. That even if the Knicks had won 3 championships back to back, even if we were on the verge of a 4-peat, Knicks fans would be like, how rare is it to 4-peat? You got to prove it to me. That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. As Knicks fans. You know? David Smith is in the building. David Smith says, "Yet, Coach Brown has been giving OG Anunoby and those guys minutes." Yeah, hey man, it's some of the bro. It's about for this, I'm gonna agree with the facts of how things occurred, but I'm gonna disagree with the intent. The fact of the matter is yes, Landry Shamet before the injury, Mo Diawara, Mikal Bridges, all of their offenses have been in the toilet. Right? We know that. Their offenses, I think as a collective, those three are shooting like 39% from the floor and like 33% from three or some weird number like that. We don't expect that to stay that number. Right? We look at that number as a byproduct of a very long and arduous and physical 82 game schedule. The reason why those numbers look like that. If Mo Diawara probably hit the rookie wall. These things are things that happen to professional athletes and players. Here's the thing about what David Smith said, though, that where I disagree with the context and not the facts. I think the facts are correct. I think the context matters, though. I think we need Karl Anthony Towns healthy in the playoffs. And if I could shave a minute here, shave a minute there, so that the Knicks' second best player can be healthy in the playoffs, I would agree with doing the same. Because in theory, the difference between 55 wins and 54 wins at the expense of maybe big guy is just not 100%. Like all fueled up for the playoffs. I would risk a win or loss here or there if it means that Karl Anthony Towns has fuel in the tank for the playoffs. Because the thing is, man, being a big man is hard, y'all. It's hard. And Cat, for the most part, has been healthy all season. For the most part. Dude's been healthy all season for the most part. So if it's like, hey, man, I'm going to shave, we got a 17-point lead. I'm going to sit Cat until they threaten us, and then the threat never comes, then I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Right? Because the wing rotation I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but the wing rotation for the Knicks is deeper than the center rotation. So if you got to sit one of your centers in order to keep him fresh for the playoffs, in my mind, do that. It's not about like shutting down Cat's production, because Cat over the last 20 something games is averaging like 25 and 13 and shooting like 38% from three or something crazy. So it's not like a Cat production has dipped or whatever. It's more like Cat has been playing the best basketball he's played all year. Yeah. Yeah. Outside of the Charlotte game. Yeah. Cat has been, so for the month of March, Cat is averaging 21 points a game, 12 and a half rebounds, 85% from the free throw line, Now that number had been down, right? Because we expect Cat to shoot about 87. So free throw percentages is down a little bit, but he's shooting 35.6% from three and 54% from the field. Where did I get those weird numbers from before? Was it February numbers? In February, Cat shot 42% from three. Okay. And in December, Cat shot 44% from three. So his three-point percentage has been up and down all year. But if we're just speaking to the usage, Cat will be fine. Can be fine, right? So for David Smith and for the fans of Karl Anthony Towns, bro, Cat will be fine. We need Cat to be super healthy for the playoffs. The playoffs is the key, because JB, for the most part, is better than anybody in the Eastern Conference in my mind in these scenarios. Like, we know Jalen Brunson is capable of averaging 35 points a game in the playoffs. We know this. You know how we know? We have data to back it up. Right? We have data to back it up. If Jalen Brunson needs to be a 35, 40 point per game scorer in the playoffs, easy. He's done it already. He's proven it. And he's proven he can do it with less talent on the roster. What the Knicks need is 2 or 3 other guys to be consistent in the playoffs. And down this stretch of games, you've seen that Karl Anthony Towns can be that guy when he's involved offensively, right? And OG Anunoby can be that guy when Cat is involved offensively. When Cat is aggressive offensively, it opens things up for OG Anunoby. And I know the two things shouldn't go together, but they do. They go together. You know. So when you get the boots, you also get the laces. When you get the boots, you also get the laces. It's just a part. Tori B in the building says, I wish I could hop on. Hey, you can't you gotta keep saving the world. Tori B is saving the world right now. You can't jump up here and talk Knicks. What's wrong with you, Tori B? You gotta keep Tori B gotta keep saving the world. Hey, salute. Hey, shout out to Tori B. I just saving the world. And Tori B also says, Unk not melting down because we lost to Charlotte. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. No. Because I lost. The Knicks are 22-8 in the last 30 games. What are we talking about? The Knicks are, hey, Dokasaurus, I put the link in the chat already. I'll put it in there though. But I put the link in the chat a minute ago. Well, it's been more than a minute. I guess it's been about like 35 or so minutes ago. But I just put it in there. Okay, there we are. And David Smith says, Cat is averaging the least amount of attempts in his career due to Mike Brown's system. Yeah. Hey, Real King, I'm gonna get to that too. I'm gonna get to that too, man. I gotta the Deuce and Shamit thing. I'm gonna add something to that. Hey, what's good, boss? How you doing?
How you doing? Doing the driving component of your show.
You out on the road, huh?
I'm gonna go babysit my nephews and nieces right now.
Good job.
Gotta be a good uncle.
Yeah, man. Hey, are you panicking over this end of season schedule? Are you one
No.
in that place where you feel like maybe the Knicks aren't looking like they should look?
I'll tell you this. I was so sure the Knicks were going to lose that Hornets game, man. I was already making up my takes on my morning walk that day. Because it's just look at the math, okay? I put it in the chat, but Con Knuppel in his first two games against the Knicks went 1 of 13 from three. Now, is it logical to assume that the best shooting rookie of the class from three is again going to go 1 of 3 or 1 of 7, whatever it was, from three against the Knicks? No, it's not. He was going to have a regression to the mean. He was due for a hot night. It wasn't just a hot night. Obviously, it was. They earned the win, naturally speaking. But acting like you're going to shut down the best three-point shooter of the rookie class 3 games in a row is ludicrous.
Right.
They were due for it, and they've been playing that good. Like I knew we were going to lose from. And on top of that, Kobe White, we've never been able to stop him. He's always been an issue since he was on the Bulls. Once I saw that he was on the Hornets and he's from North Carolina, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a headache, this match. I knew from the start.
Hey, man. Going into that game, the Knicks had won 7 in a row. Right? As Knicks fans, I think we have to understand that too, because I agree with the point. I think Charlotte, by roster design, is the most dangerous team in the Eastern Conference by roster design.
I think that the Kobe White pickup for them.
Hold on. Wait a minute. By roster design, they have an aggressive big that wants to rebound and dunk on you. Ironically, he used to play for the Knicks. Imagine that. The Knicks letting a center that defends and rebounds. They have athletic wings and Bridges and my guy, the high draft pick. They basically had two super athletic wings, and they have a knockdown 3-point shooter that's more of a scorer, but his 3-point ball is money, and Con Knuppel. Right, and you couple that with a large athletic point guard that can get to wherever he wants on the floor. That's a dangerous combination of a lot of stuff. Ironically, in a way, it's similar to Detroit in a way, but it looks different. Where Detroit looks super aggressive and physical, and Charlotte looks super finesse and not physical. Charlotte is physical. Right? Just looks different, right? But to the point that you're making about Con Knuppel regressing to the mean, I'm a Duke basketball fan. I knew he was a great player, the Con Knuppel kid, right? I think it all comes down to, though, is how often is it that you sweep a NBA team in a regular season? How often do you sweep a playoff caliber team in a regular season? It doesn't happen as much as what people think. Gabriel.
Well, no, I was just going to say that, evolution is real. Evolution is real. And I think a lot of fans was operating on the principle that this team that we were about to play the other night is the same team that we beat in like December and January. And even though the roster change, it's really more that their style of play and their mentality about themselves changed. They see themselves differently.
Right.
Even if they hadn't made that trade at the deadline, which was a good move for them, they see themselves as a real deal team now, and they're playing like it. And they have a lot of ways to exploit, long, tall, athletic, energetic, physical, and they shoot the three well. They're a better three-point shooting team than Detroit. That's all our weaknesses rolled up into one right there. I mean, you're crazy to think you're going to sweep a team like that,
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
a good team. It's a great team.
Absolutely. One of the points about Charlotte too that Knicks fans have maybe not acknowledged is Charlotte went to LaMelo. It was like, bruh, we're trying to win, and he was still taking 37-foot 3-pointers in transition, so they benched him. I don't know if people remember, but the Charlotte Hornets benched LaMelo in December, and then after that, Charlotte got their life together and looked to turn a corner.
He evolved also. Him individually as a player evolved.
Right. Sometimes you need that wake-up call in order to realize what's important and what's not.
The coach is good also, by the way.
Yeah, very. And but to the point of Charlotte, I don't know if Charlotte is our problem. I think Charlotte is Detroit's problem. If the playoffs start today, I think Charlotte is what the 10 seed, the 9 seed. So Charlotte would have to Charlotte is Charlotte's the 8 seed. They're tied with Orlando. Wow, they jumped Miami. Wow. So they're still, in theory, they're still Detroit's problem. They just have to fight off Orlando and Miami in that playoff scenario. Wow.
I mean, Charlotte's a problem for anybody this season.
Yeah.
Right now, nobody wants to play them.
No, I don't. But as it stands right now, they're on the other side of the bracket. So
I'll tell you one thing, that Hawks game coming up is a big one for me. I want to see how we look against them.
What are you looking for?
I want to see us not get over, because the thing that I really didn't like about the Hornets game, I don't think it's like a fatal thing, but they dictated the pace. They dictated the pace from the word go, and there was never a moment in that Hornets game where I felt like the Knicks were controlling the game. I felt like they got overwhelmed by the athleticism and the shooting, and I didn't really feel like they had a good strategy or counterpunch.
Okay.
And if that again happens against the Hawks, because the last time we played them after the Trae Young trade, we lost. That was a game where Huck Forty had a great game, but nobody could hit a shot, if you recall. And it's not like Mitch is also going to go and get 16 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, the center position wasn't the issue there. So I want to see if the Knicks have a counterpunch for a team that just swarms them with athleticism, and they have an answer for that, especially the Trae Young, post-Trae Young Hawks. What's our answer? Do we have one? That's what I want to see.
Okay. Understood. Understood. I really like what the Atlanta Hawks are doing. I really like what the Atlanta Hawks are doing. They're finding ways to win in every game by playing to their strength. I don't know if I'll say this. If the Knicks lose to Atlanta, I wouldn't be concerned as if I'm looking for a certain thing. Let me see. I'll tell you. I'll do I just want to find something to support the point, just really quick. All right. Okay. So that game is in Atlanta. So if the Knicks lose to the Hawks in Atlanta, I'm not really concerned. I would be super concerned if the Knicks lost to Atlanta in the Garden.
Okay.
Right. And it's not because of just regular home court advantage. It's our comfort level at the Garden and how we've been Jekyll and Hyde on the road.
Yeah.
Like we could beat anybody on the road, but then some nights on the road, we just come out and just don't have it.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's weird in that sense of how sometimes we just feel like we can flip the switch, and sometimes the switch just doesn't work. Does the roster construction of the Atlanta Hawks concern you in a playoff series, or is it just their style of play?
For me, yes. And the reason I feel that is because I was thinking about it, right? The Hornets and the Hawks, they're not the same team. They have definitely differences. Hornets are a better shooting team, maybe a little more dynamic offensively. But that style of team has been an issue for us for a while. Of everyone's long, tall, athletic, switchable, very energetic, very fast. The Hawks play at one of the fastest paces in the NBA. I think they're top 3, if not number 1. So that's been, the Pistons, even though we won the series, was it an easy win? No, absolutely not. No Knicks fan who's honest can tell you, it was a cakewalk. No, it's a ludicrous statement. So for me, I think that we need to open up our rotation a little bit. By that, what I mean is, who was a player that we don't play that much that was impactful against both those opponents? For me, I think that Ariel Hukporti is a big plus in both those matchups because he's proven that he can have a dominant individual performance against the Hawks. And it means that you can run double big, you could run Cat and Hukporti together and still have Mitch come off the bench. And I think that's a truly elite trio of centers that they can't deal with. And I think it pushed because Cat by himself can be targeted, can be put into plays and made to guard in space and made to come out to the perimeter and guard. You give him that little bit of insulation with Hukporti, and you have Mitch coming off the bench, who Mitch can hold his own and anchor a unit. I think that's a big game changer. But I don't know that the Knicks will be willing to do it. And I also think like Diawara, Sochan, Dadier, you need a little more height or a little more athleticism to be on the same playing field, because one of the points that people made in the Charlotte Hornets game afterwards is, who does Jalen Brunson guard? Who does Jalen Brunson guard on the Hornets? Who does Jalen Brunson guard on the Hawks?
Right.
That's a legitimate question. Who does he guard? Who do you hide him on? And you saw in the Hornets game that they were targeting him. They were targeting him and Cap simultaneously, actually.
Right.
So you need to have some more structural integrity in those lineups that aren't so easy to target. And even Diawara as a rookie, they were not targeting him. Right. And he's a brand new to the NBA, all that. Why would you not target him as a brand? Because he's 6'9" with a 7'4" wingspan. What advantage is LaMelo Ball going to have on him? It's like a joke. It's like he's putting himself in a blender. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's my logic with that.
Wait, let me say this to your point, to the point that you made. Or let me ask this. Why wouldn't Charlotte attack to current NBA All-Stars, current All-NBA players, and not worry about a random second-round pick that's shooting 38% from the floor? And I know you're talking about defensively, right? I get it, right? But why wouldn't they attack Brunson and Cat to wear them down, to use energy defensively,
right?
So that it impacts their offense on the other end, like basically take their legs away, as opposed to attacking Mo Diawara, who is getting more minutes per game per month as the season increases, but at the same time is still somewhat of a unproven commodity.
Yeah. I mean, the reason is because those guys are much bigger threats offensively. But that's even more to the point of, you have other guys out there who are not as likely to target or not as easy to target, Mikal Bridges, yes, he's 6'6", but I think personally he plays smaller than that. And we haven't seen him really have these dominant games against these particular opponents that we're talking about, the Hornets and the Hawks.
When you say dominant, you mean dominant offensive games?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
He's had good defensive. No, I'm not going to be completely blanket and jump on the McHale pooping on the McHale train because he has had good defensive performances against the Hawks.
Okay.
But we're talking about that we're targeting these guys because they're offensive threats. So obviously that's Jalen Brunson and Cat. OG Anunoby is again absurd. He's one of the best defenders in the NBA. So what are you doing with targeting him? It's ridiculous. No point.
Right.
It's completely self-defeating. So Jalen Brunson and Cat. This is also a thing I think Knicks fans maybe don't understand is even if they target them and Jalen Brunson still makes a shot or whatever, the energy cost of that shot over the game, like Jalen Brunson ended up playing 40 minutes, and he went 0 of 6 from 3. Is that a coincidence? No, Jalen Brunson does not go 0 from 6 from 3 in every game. So it's extremely unlikely. It's because they were harassing the hell out of him and making his life miserable, and they ended up putting the Knicks in a situation where JB played 40 minutes against the Hawks, and it was very difficult for him. He had an amazing first quarter. They clamped down on him crazy after that. There was a lack of. We're still juggling between Alvarado and Kolek. I personally think that a key mistake that Mike Brown made in that game was he did go to Kolek, but the lineup that he went to Kolek with was very foolish, in my opinion. He did Tyler Kolek, Jordan Clarkson, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Mitchell Robinson. 3 guards, Josh Hart and Mitch. So I think that to me is a very, very poor lineup.
So 3 guards and 2 bigs.
Yeah, or like
except Josh is not a big.
Yeah.
Josh is a little guy.
It's like you couldn't put a worse lineup out there for Kolek if you tried, honestly, in my opinion. Because there's nobody for him to get an assist off of. And how is Jordan Clarkson or Jalen Brunson even going to get his feet under them to get a shot when they're getting swarmed by the entire Hornets offense? Like, it's silly,
Okay. Agreed. Agreed. In terms of the Charlotte game itself, what I'll say is in my opinion, I'm going to chalk it up to 1 game out of 82. And I'm not just saying that because I'm frustrated about a loss. I'm not. I know teams are going to win and lose every night, right? I mean,
I knew they were going to win.
Boston lost last night, so it's like you're not going to beat.
They won. They beat the Hawks.
Yeah. So, but what I will say is I understand what you mean, and that what you not only do I understand, I don't know if I agree totally. I understand. What I'm saying though is the matter is going to get even more complex and have more layers to it when Deuce gets back.
Deuce helps against the Hawks big time.
Right. All right. So it'll be a more complex and layered issue once Deuce gets back, because we know guys that are out for that amount of time generally don't return red hot offensively.
Yeah.
They need time to get chemistry built in order to get back into the rhythm and the flow of a game. It's the reason why I say the Charlotte Hornets Detroit Pistons matchup in round 1, if it occurs, it'll be one to watch because of Cade returning from injury. All right. So you have basically a wounded animal on the savannah and a young, hungry team in Charlotte looking to switch places with the Pistons. Right.
I mean, to your point, Deuce, if you look at our past matchups against the Hawks, he played phenomenal in most of those matchups, but he also was playing like 39 minutes in each of them, which is not going to happen when he's coming back. And I think people need to understand that if you look at the physical exertion that Deuce needs to put into it, because he jumps so high and he like cocks his whole body back to shoot his 3. He has that really unique shooting style and the very aggressive point of attack defense. I mean, I don't want to say it's no wonder he ended up needing core surgery, but they were working him like a dog, Shout out to Deuce. Seriously, he worked himself to the bone, literally, But he's not going to play no 39-minute games against the Hawks when he comes back. That would be crazy.
No, he's not going to be that. No, he's not going to be that. He's probably going to be a rotational piece until he proves that he's ready to earn more minutes. And the timetable for that is uncertain. Reasonable minds could agree or disagree, depending on that you have to give a key role player like Deuce some grace to prove that he's back.
Yeah,
Whether
sometime, bro. He came out of surgery. It's not like he stubbed his toe.
right, yeah, absolutely. I this next stretch of games, these 8 games remaining or so, I'm in the mindset that if they go 4-4 and keep the 3 spot or so, if they can get the 2 spot, so be it. If not, so be it. I think we have Boston. So we're a game behind. I think we're a game behind Boston, or we may be tied at the moment. I'll double check. Yeah. So okay. So we're a game and a half behind Boston at the moment. Right. So we're a game and a half behind Boston, and we play Boston the last week of the season, I think, something like that. Here's the thing that I don't know if Knicks fans have noticed this, but in the division, the Boston Celtics are 9-5 inside our division. That's crazy, right?
Good ball.
Yeah. Do you know what the Knicks record is inside this division? Not you. I'm talking to the chat. Just chatting in general. Chat, do you know what the Knicks record is inside the Celtics are 9-5, right? And Knicks fans are panicking. The Knicks record inside the division is 12-3. Just food for thought, right? You know who else is in the division? 3 other NBA playoff caliber teams: Philadelphia, Toronto, Boston. They're in our division, right? And in that division, with that has the Knicks, Boston, Toronto, Philadelphia in it, the Knicks are 12-3. So, and they don't play Brooklyn every night. The Knicks don't play Brooklyn every night. In the division with Brooklyn, Knicks, or the Nets, Knicks, Celtics, Raptors, Sixers, the Knicks are 12-3.
Yo, Freezy, I'm out. I'm babysitting duty from now, but thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thank you for coming through. Chat, in the division. Hey, Sharice Duncan is in the building. Salute. Hey, Real King says Philly can be dangerous. Yeah. And listen, I agree with the sentiment. I'm not hiding my head in the sand, right? What I'm saying though is, if we're accumulating facts and data and context, if that's what we're doing, if we're accumulating a lot of these things to create talking points, how about we keep things in context? And then our division has 4 playoff teams in it. Our division has 4 playoff teams in it. Right? And when I say 4 playoff teams, I mean the Raptors are the 5 seed. The Sixers are the 7 seed. The Celtics are the 2 seed. Right? In our division, no one is lower than the 7 seed in the playoffs. And in our division, the Knicks are 12-3. But I think Knicks fans want us to worry about a thing. And I'm asking you guys, what is that thing that you're worried about? Chat, what is that? Tell me what that thing is that you're worried about. Knicks Nation. Knicks Nation, Knicks Nation coming through, dropping a live grenade to chat. I see you. Real King says, I think Boston and Philly are just getting healthy now. I don't know if there's a world that that the Knicks will have to play either of those teams. What scenario has to play out in order for the Knicks to play the Celtics in the playoffs? So if the playoffs start today, the Celtics play the Sixers. So there's no, I don't think there's a world where we play both. Like, because they'll play each other in the first round. One will knock off the other. So you know, in terms of yeah, so in terms of maybe fearing the Celtics or Sixers, I think that the best case scenario for us is that series goes 7 games and the Celtics pull it out in a game 7 overtime. And then that way we can sweep the Celtics and send them home. Yeah. Hey, so David Smith, what about this? So identity wise, what about this? Because I think, I don't know if you noticed this or I don't know if the chat in general notices this or not. Karl Anthony Towns' defense since the beginning of January has been great. People can say what they want to say. They can say what they want to say about Cat and all these different things. Cat's defense since early January has been great. The identity of this team is defense. The identity of this team is defense. Are you going to win every game? No NBA team is going to win every game. No NBA team is going to lose every game. Right? No team is going to win or lose every game. This team, however, has a defensive identity that is better than Tom Thibodeau's defense, by the way. Right? This team is a defensive-minded team with 2 lethal scorers. Cat's defense has been great. The numbers bear this out. And I know people will say a lot of different things, but at some point, man, you just got to tell people, listen, man, we can't just be talking just to hear ourselves talk. You have to prove it. Like, what are you talking about? Do you have supporting data to support what it is that we're saying? And in this case of the Knicks being a defensive-minded team with 2 lethal scorers, the facts bear themselves out. There is no small sample size. Right? The Knicks are 22-8 in their last 30 games. It's mostly because of defense. Mostly. My guy, salute. How you
What's
doing,
good?
brother?
What's good? What's good? What's good, my guy?
I'm chilling, bro. Where you at?
Yeah, you wouldn't know about these places.
What is that? A buffet?
Yeah, walking buffet. It's a walking buffet, brother. Get you
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Look like, is that elliptical or treadmill?
Treadmill, man. You see my arms moving like this on the elliptical.
Nah, I can't, bro. Remember, yeah. What's good, bro?
Ain't nothing. Yo, you just getting me upset, so I have to jump in.
Yeah, man. I gotta put a rock in your shoe, bro.
Oh, please do. It's interesting how much talk we have about these regular season games, although they don't matter because only the playoffs matter.
I know, right?
It's wild how y'all jump back and forth about that.
Me, I'm not cameo, bro. I don't do the back and forth like a cameo song, bro.
Man, I don't know.
Like all I'm pointing to data. You remember when data mattered?
You said
When
no.
facts mattered?
You said very rarely do playoff teams get swept. Like real legitimate playoff teams get swept in the regular season. We're a playoff team that got swept in the regular season.
Oh yeah, that's out of context. That's
Okay.
not.
But I wanted to bring it. I wanted to bring it back in context.
Oh,
You
okay.
missed
So
that part.
so let's put it in context. The context I'm talking about is the Knicks versus Charlotte, or the Knicks versus Toronto, right? So both of these teams look like they're going to be playoff teams, right? And the Knicks had the upper hand on both of those teams in the regular season, right? The Knicks dominated Charlotte early on. They dominated Toronto early on. Both of these teams look like they're going to be playoff teams, right? The Knicks lost to Charlotte the other night. How often is it that a team that's a solid playoff team just gonna not be able to beat another playoff team in 4 matchups?
Ask the Knicks.
I'm asking Free Keith.
I'm don't play because they're a playoff team that got swept by another playoff team.
Boston.
No,
Right.
well, yeah, Boston last year, Detroit this year.
Yeah.
But again, I was told my concerns after getting our asses handed to us by Detroit for the third time. When I was concerned, I was told, oh look, it happened last season. We got swept by Boston and we beat them in the playoffs. Oh, this is nothing. So then none of these games is nothing.
Okay. Wait, okay. So if it happened
that only the playoffs matter. Like we got swept by Boston last season and we beat them in the playoffs. So like that's what we're gonna do to Detroit this season.
Yeah, those were not I think you're putting two people's points together. Like you're stitching. That's not my point. Like my point is, the point I'm making is that playoff teams are really good teams.
No, I get your point. It'll be hard to beat Charlotte, to sweep Charlotte, because they're a playoff team. It'll be hard to sweep. We're probably going to sweep. I mean, we'll sweep Toronto, and they're a playoff team. They're going to get swept by us. But I'm just saying, along the same lines of your point, how hard is it? It was easy enough to do that to the Knicks. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
That's my point. Like, yeah, we didn't do it to Charlotte, but somebody did it to us. We ain't gonna do it to another playoff team, but damn sure happened to us.
Right. Okay.
So what you know what I'm saying? So if there's no meaning to one on one side, then it's no meaning to the other on the other side.
I think that's anomaly. So,
okay. But it happens. This is the second year in a row. It's happened to us.
Right.
It's an anomaly that we have fallen victim to 2 seasons in a row.
2 seasons in a row to the number one. Well, not number 1 seed, because Boston was what, the 2 seed last year. Boston was the 2 seed last
year. They were the 2 seed.
Yeah, Cleveland was the number 1 seed last year. Yeah, they got out to a fast start and nobody could catch them. Yeah,
but we were a legitimate playoff team.
Yeah. But so are the other playoff teams. They're legitimate playoff teams. Yeah.
I feel so. Then, if you get swept if you're a playoff team that gets swept by another team in the season, does that compromise your legitimacy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
That means that, as a matter of fact, it's the opposite. Because if you're getting groups of losses from one team and you're still able to make the playoffs and prove that you're a playoff contender through consistency, then that's absolutely the opposite. Wiz, what's good, man? Long time no see, brother.
Long time no see. I'm in Florida, that's why. Far away from the homeland. At my sister's house in Coral Springs. My brother and I rode to my mom on the west coast of Florida and put the Gorda. So that's why I'm in non-heat territory. So, oh snap! Look who's on! Oh snap!
Oh, T Boogie.
When we step back.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tori only pulled up. Tori only pulled up because she hear me. She hear me attacking.
You being egregious. You being egregious.
Yeah, I know it. I was trying to pull you out.
I just want to know if you was huffing and puffing because of the treadmill, or you was huffing and puffing because you was mad. Which one is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the treadmill.
Okay.
This can never make me mad enough.
Right.
And you gonna stop showing off. You on stream. Get off that damn treadmill. Yo. Go get a donut or something. Stop trying to make people look bad.
I pulled up because the Deuce Hive is about to
Deuce Hive in the building.
Right, Queen?
That's right.
By the way,
president is right here.
Actually, I'm going to actually as a president. I'll take on the chairman of the board. You know, you can give me credit because you got clout. I'm hearing it too much, all around going, Deuce. I'm like, she's the president. She is the president. It's time for a woman president anyway, after this deal like that. That's another reason. Especially a black queen as U.S. president. So go ahead, take the presidency, queen. Got some positive in there. By the way, I'm in Florida. I was having a drink yesterday morning with my boy Tiger. I told him, don't drive, Tiger, don't drive.
Tiger Woods and cars, bro. Tiger gotta stop. He gotta stop.
Y'all don't realize that he probably just crashing because he Asian, yo. He just can't drive.
Maybe
so,
Tori trying to get canceled.
By the way, I was in Cali when he crashed last time. And now in Florida, he crashed this time. I mean, I gotta stop going to the drinks, especially morning breakfast drinking Tiger, man.
Yo, your man's is a billionaire. Hire a driver, bro. Like,
why
are you even touching the wheel? Hire a driver. You ain't hard up. You ain't hurting.
Never.
I would never touch a steering wheel.
I would literally never drive a car ever again in life. Ever. Yeah. With that kind of money, please. Yeah. They be driving me to my mailbox.
I have no pity for him in this situation. Like, yo, bro, like rich people who get into DUIs, like I have no pity. Like, hire a driver.
Nah, it wasn't DUI.
I'm some Bugatti or Lambo.
It wasn't alcohol. I know that. It might have been drugs, but it wasn't alcohol. So
yeah.
Because he blew at the scene 0-0, so he didn't. It wasn't alcohol or whatever. Tiger Woods is a fool. Well, he just can't drive. Why can't it be that he just can't drive?
Maybe
Just
he
can't
just
drive.
Sorry.
yeah, maybe.
Just
Yo,
can't drive.
just real quick, to all my people in the chat, I want to say salute to the greatest borough that God ever created, Manhattan, New York is in
Shout
the
out to
building.
Brooklyn. Shout out to
Salute to
Brooklyn.
Manhattan.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Brooklyn.
Kerry Cox says we had won 7 in a row, man. We would do for a loss. Yes, absolutely.
Man, we ain't lose because we was due for a loss. We lost because Charlotte outplayed us. It happens.
Losses happen. That's the
It
same
happens.
thing. They outplayed us.
They outplayed us.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna
You're
go
not gonna win
82.
every game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
You're
think
not
we lost
going.
because Deuce was not there. That's why Deuce was not there. That's how we lost.
Yeah. Oh, well, if Deuce was there, we'd
We
be
would
on
have
a
won. That's all
42
I'm
game
saying.
win
If Deuce
streak.
was there, we would have won.
Yeah, if Deuce was
That's what I'm
there,
saying.
we'd have won 42 in a row.
That's right.
We hanging our
Put some
hats.
respect on
We hanging
Deuce
our
name.
hats on Deuce now. We hanging our
Come on.
dog.
You
That's
you
not a
you gotta know
championship.
parody when
That's
you
not a
hear it, bro.
championship.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
You gotta know parody when you hear it, man. Come on. You smart,
Yeah.
Free Keith.
Yo, and
You're a
Free
smart
Keith.
Knicks fan.
It's the endorphins. Don't worry about it. My fault.
Why Free Keith don't have the beef and broccoli Lawrence Tears hat on? What's going on?
He ain't pick it up yet. That's why.
Free
He
Keith.
didn't even know it was here. He
Wait,
didn't
hold
know
on.
they
You
in.
gave out. Yeah, I didn't even know it was here. What do you mean?
I told you the other day.
Yeah, and I was made to understand that I'd be getting like instructions as to where and when to pick them up.
Okay.
Yo, give Keith my number
All right.
so he could get in touch.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Freestyle is fire. I'm also in a replay again because I'm in Florida. I lost track of time. Like I've been here a month now.
It's only fire. It's only fire because of Tory.
Yeah. One of the things though, that where I'm at as a fan is like this next 2.5 weeks, man, I'm on cruise control. I ain't gonna front. Like legitimately, the Knicks have played 74 games already, and the playoffs are a lock. It's just the Knicks aren't gonna miss the playoffs. They're not gonna be the 3 seed. We're in a place where if everything is what it is, the Knicks will be the 3 seed. We'll get the Hawks in the playoffs, and we get to stomp the yard in the Garden against the Hawks, right? The Hawks are playing great basketball right now. They though, however, when I hear people say that they're afraid of the Hawks, because the Hawks have been playing great basketball, I'm not diminishing their greatness, right? But I think the Hawks can't stop people from scoring. I think they're giving up 116.5 points a game. They score 118. Their differential is about 1.5, 2 points a game. Right. The Knicks, on the other hand, are giving up 110 points a game. Their point differential is about 8 points a game. So they basically beat you 118, 110 every night. Basically, approximately. Right.
I think those are season long averages though. Can we look any way to look at the averages right from like maybe the last 8-9 weeks?
I'm gonna get there, bro. I'm gonna get there. I got you. Right. The thing is with the Knicks though, however, that 110 is not a true indicator of how great the defense has been playing since that one bucket loss to San Antonio. Right. What I'm gonna say to you is, with all of that, I don't think the numbers matter in this matchup. I think styles make fights, right? For anybody that's a pugilist, whatever thing you like with me, I used to box. I know styles make fights, right? The worst matchup for the Atlanta Hawks is the Knicks. And the reason why, I think in order for Atlanta to make the Eastern Conference Finals, they need to play a team that doesn't disrupt your point of attack offense. And the Knicks right now are the king of disrupting. Because even give you a point, even though the Knicks beat Charlotte, lost to Charlotte the other day, does anybody in here know how many shots Charlotte took from the floor?
Did they take like less than 80, right?
I think they took 75 shots from the floor.
Yeah.
In a 48-minute, fast-paced modern NBA game. Right? The Knicks disrupted Charlotte, who has a point guard, from getting into their offense. Now, did they hit some incredible shots? Yes.
No, look, not for nothing. I want to punch LaMelo Ball in his face, yo. When I take him on my little parlays, he don't be shooting like that.
Right.
I'm like, word, you hitting these 3-pointers like this? When I bet on your ass, you don't do none of that.
Right. But
he only good for a game like that, like 1 out of every 10.
Yeah. But here's the thing I was going to say to y'all about. Let me ask y'all this: who is the point guard for the Atlanta Hawks?
What you mean?
Who's the point guard for the Atlanta Hawks? That's an easy question.
LaMelo Ball.
Atlanta Hawks?
Oh, I thought you said the Charlotte Hornets. I'm sorry. Who's they point guard? Who's they guard?
Exactly.
DJ McCollum, and who else is over there? I don't watch Atlanta though. You can't ask me them questions. I don't follow that team.
I know, and so that wasn't. But that question wasn't.
What's the other guy name? What you call it, cousin?
Exactly. So the thing is, the reason why I asked that question specifically is not to trip up the panel, because y'all my people. The reason why I asked that question specifically is because what they struggle with offensively is what the Knicks are great at defensively, right? They don't have a point guard that's going to get them into offense consistently and create shots for their athletic wing players. The Knicks.
Crazy. Hall of Fame kickboxing world champion, boxer world champion. Okay, she's a Hall of Fame boxer and a kickboxing superstar. The proper pound best fighter in the family, even though she's never fought me, but she thinks she can take me. Kickboxing while I grappling. She can't get to the floor with me. Alicia Ashley, Google her. That's the fighter. I say Google me. Okay, Liz. She's still trying to beat me up. Anyway, Freezy, that's my man. Military. Hold on. Freestyle keep it. Oh yeah. I mean, talking about brothers who serve, but there's a Knicks fans, and then of course there's a president of News Hive. Corey, this is Corey. This is the ultimate female with the knowledge of basketball like you know now. I get out of the room. I gotta do my business. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Absolutely.
He's a member. I had a sign up. So he's subscribed. He's subscribed. I gotta get him membership.
Bro, you are the king of this. You're the GOAT at this, bro. Where's this like so casual? He's like, that's just some people I know.
I'm a baby sister. That's all. I'm part of the grandmaster. This is the Hall of Fame. Most of them in Hall of Fame, by the way. Dang, God, my little siblings are doing the thing.
Yo, Freaky Wiz is like, I just happen to know some famous people, man. It's just.
I have to have the same last name. I have to have the same last name as this. Somehow.
Hey, shout out to Brooklyn, New York, by the way.
Brooklyn, by the way, exactly. Via Kingston, Jamaica.
Damn right.
Damn, man. Yeah,
yes,
man.
I'll get you. I'll break through them. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, but so toward to the point I was making about the Hawks, I understand the Hawks are playing fantastic basketball, but in this world where every team is different, every team has their own strengths and weaknesses, I think the Knicks' strength defensively is not what the Hawks want to see defensively. I think in a perfect world, they would rather face, say, Cleveland, who doesn't have that defensive presence at point guard with James Harden or Donovan Mitchell. Right? They would, that way it'll make it easier for their combo guards to run offense, because in theory, Cleveland has James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, who are also combo guards when they run offense. And now, is James Harden an all-time great at initiating offense? Yes, absolutely. Is James Harden 35 years old though? Is he past his prime? Maybe. Right. So if you're Atlanta, in my opinion, if you're Atlanta, you probably prefer to play a less defensive-minded team at the point of attack. And that way you can do all the things that you like to do, get out and run, have your point forwards initiate, have Kuminga and Jalen Johnson and all those guys, Dyson Daniels and all those long, rangy athletes initiating in order to get you into good offensive sets, play a little defense, get out and run and knock down threes in transition. That'll be what Atlanta would probably prefer to do. The Knicks want to stop all of that and get you in the half court and make a non-playmaking guard initiate your offense and make you take contested shots late in the shot clock. That's what the Knicks would prefer. That's the Knicks formula right now. Like, whatever your first option is, they're going to jump it, right? As soon as they see, like, say if it's me, Free Keith, and Wiz, and I come up to set a screen for Free Keith, the Knicks are gonna jump all that stuff and force Wiz to create away from the ball because me and Free Keith have been jumped, like 3 versus 2. So it'll be akin to if the Knicks played the Knicks and Cat set the screen up high for Jalen Brunson, we're gonna send Bridges, OG, and Josh Hart to jump it and force OG Anunoby to create some offense late in the shot clock all game long. And I know that doesn't make sense in a way, but it makes perfect sense for the way that this team is constructed. What we wanted Mike Brown to do all season was not come in here and impose your will on guys who are already established. Take the established guys that are on the roster and find out what these guys do best together and double down on that and make that the one thing that we're good at. Learn how to do that consistently where it can travel from night to night.
Okay.
Free Keith, you mad because I established the Knicks identity? I noticed you got quiet when I mentioned that the Knicks had an identity.
That's not the identity.
Defense is not an identity,
bro. As good
defense
as our
is
defense
not an
has gotten,
identity.
like it's not our identity, bro. It's just
Defense
bro,
is
come
not
on,
an
for real.
identity.
Okay, year before last, we were a tough, gritty team. That's inclusive of good defense, of what you call, when you was playing the Knicks, you was gonna get beat up. You know what I'm saying? You was preparing yourself for a long physical night. What's the identity now? This team is different from night to night. This is what I'm saying. And I get you guys, oh, it's the wind down to the playoffs and this, that. All right, cool. But all season, I've been hearing people point towards the playoffs. All right, cool. But you understand you perform how you practice. At least that's the message that I've gotten from every coach that I've had or every team that I've been on football. Like, you perform how you practice. You can't expect to just like, oh, it's showtime, it's the playoffs. They're going to magically just flip some switch, bro. There's even a build-up to it. Like, even if you want to say the last games, you get evidence. That's why you see these other teams are looking better towards this stretch. You're supposed to. That's the logical progression. You're not supposed to just look humdrum if you're a top team. Just like not right now.
Dogs. Team.
Not with
Also,
your main guys sitting playing. If you're gonna look like that, it's generally like, they sat their main guys, so this is why the team is looking like. Nah, we playing with our main guys, and you don't know who you're getting from night to night. You know you're getting good defense, but they're really not like, this is they're just their identity is the defensive team. Like that's not the going thought, and that's not the prevailing thought around this team, right? Even though the defense is good.
I don't
defense is
disagree
great.
with you, right? I think you're right. I think in the grand scheme of things, like as a big picture, you don't see them having a key thing, right? Like their identity. You don't get it. I don't disagree with Freezy. I think that we have great defense, right? And you saying that that's our identity. I think our identity is that we're chameleons. They know how to play whoever is in front of them. We don't necessarily get the same Knicks team every night because they're inconsistent on offense, but we do know that when they go up against whatever team, they know how to adapt to the style of that team and win the game because we've seen it over and over and over again this season, last season, all through the regular season. Like their identity is that they can play any style of basketball. You want to slow it up, they can slow it up. You want to play fast, they can play fast. Whatever you put in front of them, they can adapt to. They showed you that in the cup run. Because Orlando, Miami, and San Antonio played three different styles of basketball. So if you're looking for a steadfast, this is what the Knicks are, you ain't gonna find that. But you do know that they can play any kind of way out there on the court. So if you're looking for something, they chameleons.
Okay. Uh, if that's a identity, I guess. Okay. Big
I'm
chameleon.
not saying it's an identity. I'm saying that you're looking for the thing, right? You're looking for something like you know what the OKC Thunder are known for. You know, that's just not who the Knicks are. The Knicks are
No.
just an adaptable ball club, and not having a set identity is not a bad thing. It's just not a thing that they necessarily have. Breezy saying it's the defense. Like a lot of teams play good defense. So defense and identity, no. But it is what it
Hey,
is.
y'all
They
wrong
have a
on this one,
great
yo.
you you
Y'all wrong on that. The
I'm not
data
wrong.
says the
That
data,
I'm not
the
wrong.
facts say
I'm not
this is
wrong.
defense.
The eye test, listen, nobody is saying that they're not playing good defense,
Sorry,
but
B.
defense is not
Sorry,
necessarily
y'all.
an
Hey, you
identity.
killing
That
me. Yo,
that doesn't
yo,
It's
data
not an
yo.
doesn't
identity.
create your
Nah,
identity.
man. Nah,
Data
freaky,
Right.
nah. People
data
fail
I
doesn't
don't
the
care
eye
what
establish
your
your
test
numbers
identity,
say.
bro.
every
I don't care
day.
because the numbers will
That's
tell you that a
why
player
your
is minus
ball has
11.
a optometrist in it because
Oh,
people fail the eye test every day. Like we got to go by facts. We
yeah.
got to use facts.
What you want to use facts
Facts
as data when it's
facts doesn't
convenient.
create
And
the
that's the only time
identity though.
anybody
That's
does that.
again, yeah.
Right.
What?
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
Like the
Right.
eye test creates the identity, bro. Like that's
Whose eyes are you using?
we don't have a
Whose
solid
eyes are you using?
we don't have a solid identity, man.
Whose
We
eyes are you
have to
using, Freaky? Just tell me.
okay.
Tell me whose eyes are we using?
Our identity is defense. Then we better be the number one defense all the way through. Then, because if that's our identity, because we don't have any identity on the other side.
Because eye
Okay,
test is
all
about
right.
perception. Whose perception?
Is
Okay,
what
I'm gonna make
actually
something.
perception is
I just,
what teams use to actually strategize against you. It's your perception. The
here we
perception
go.
of Cap being soft is why refs wasn't giving him the calls that he was supposed to be getting. Now that that's shifted, you see all those other things shift. Perception actually drives a lot of things in sport, especially how people approach you, how teams approach you in battle.
There we go, quick. Actually, I'm about to step in and say that. I consider the identity what the team thinks about most when they come at us. And I don't think they come at us scared of our defense. They're scared of Mitch. They're probably concerned about OG, but they're not afraid of our defense. They come in here afraid of Boston going off. But the combination of that with us being a balanced team sometimes where you don't know where we're going to go off offensively and win the game 140 to 130, or we're gonna come in one day and we're gonna lock them down and win the game 110. I think our offense scares more teams than our defense does. even though our defense is elite. It's, facts say it's our defense, but perception, like Freaky is saying, it's our versatility. I come back to what Tori is saying, our adaptability. So I don't know if I can see a game plan of thinking about how do we attack them. It's more often how do we stop them, and their thoughts about stopping us is Brunson, snake-headed snake, and then keeping Cat off his game and worried about a little bit about his potential to get hot on 3 point, which he hasn't done so far this season. So I'm leaning more towards Tory B about it, about Tory saying, hey, yo, it's adaptability or versatility, and there's no defined, like fear people have of the Knicks when they go when we go there, what's gonna happen, and then not starting to put up, any plays and then it just said, yo, just attack them in 3 point range. Guess what? They ain't gonna stop that. That means defense is not their number one priority as far as being afraid of us. Occasionally, the Mitch factor does come into play about going to the paint. Other than that, I can't put a finger on identity right now with this team. Maybe identities that our coaches, loving up and hug the other players and hug the other coaches and stuff. We were too soft. With cats as well being soft. Maybe that's our identity, which is kind of scary. That's what it is.
What about what about supporting data to support it? Like what was the I need it because I could rock with you if it was data to support it.
Data doesn't. I think you're conflating two different things, though. Data does not. Data does not actually always correlate to what the perception is of a team. You understand what I'm saying? And that perception drives a lot of the way that team is approached. Like the data says that we're a great defensive team. Does the data say we are the best defensive team? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if we're not the best defensive team, what is our offense say? Like, what is our identity on the, you know what I'm saying? What is our offense saying about, and then you add the totality of how we win games. But honestly, we can't just be, our identity is defense, but we're not the top defensive team. Then we lost then.
I don't understand.
Our identity is not tied to just pure data. It's tied to what people think of you walking into a game against you. I think that there is a very big, when you play the Knicks, play them physical, and you might be able to take the game. Hold down Brunson, and we might be able to take the game. Brunson is their identity. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's not just as simple as just they're a good defensive team, and they have been a good defensive team, and that's why I asked you. Look at the numbers over the last great.
They've been great. Tom Thibodeau has never had a defense this great.
Yeah,
top two. Well, not for this. Yeah, exactly.
January 2nd.
Right.
January.
That's not false, right? They have great defense. Let's put a pin in that. They have great defense. What else do they have?
Thank you. That's it. And the problem comes from where we need this surge off the bench. And I've been saying it from jump. Good morning, everybody.
Cowboy,
I apologize
what
for
up,
jumping
baby?
late.
I didn't even know you was in
here. Yeah, sorry. I just snuck in and didn't even say
he just pulled up and started
talking. My fault.
He didn't test the mic. He didn't even test the mic.
He just started talking like he was always here.
Yo, y'all gotta understand, I'm always watching. That's us from the Bronx. We always be watching y'all.
Shout out to the greatest ball God ever created.
Yes.
Bronx, New York is in the building.
If it wasn't for the Bronx.
Finally we got it back.
Exactly. But real talk though, we've been talking about this all season, and I've been saying, even when we were on the other show with Queenie and them, I told y'all I think OG is gonna be the one to step up, but our offense isn't the problem, it's the consistency. When you look at the consistency of said offense, only one consistent is Brunson and OG of late. But when you look at Bridges, when you look at Hart, when you look at the bench, when you look at everyone else, they can't get into their rhythm until basically they get the ball more or they're more involved in the offense. Same thing with Cat. That's the disconnect. So when we look at our offense, and we say, oh, our offense is bad, it's because they're trying to get the offense in rhythm, and that's when the opposing team's defense takes advantage. For example, if you look at the Hornets game, the Hornets defense is not even good compared to our defense, but because they're able to run speeds and the physicality that we're bringing isn't affecting them because they got four guards that can shoot the long ball, that can pass, that can get to the rack. We're not good at that. Our defense has never been all year good at defending the three. So when you look at a team that can shoot the three, we look bad defensively. But it's always stemmed from our offense because if you look, like I've been saying, plenty of times you'll see Jalen Brunson do a defensive stop or get a steal, and then we try to score on the other end, and it's a missed opportunity, or Mikal Bridges is short at the rim, and all these other things, and then they go back and score. Our defense is tired from doing the back and forth. So our offense is really what's in question. So for me, if we get consistency under our offense, having Jalen Brunson, having Cat more involved in the offense, having these guys feed off of that energy, then we're good. This is where the surge from the bench comes from. We've seen some of it come from Clarkson. We know it comes from Deuce McBride, but I feel we should use Tyler Kolek because we're seeing that our offense is being stagnant, and Kolek not only can pass, but can actually give us the spark to get everyone else involved. That's what we're missing, and we're not using that because we're trying alternatives to prepare for the playoffs. Cat's defensive all game, all year has been different from him not shooting the three, him not being active, him playing more in the post is going to be used in the playoffs. The problem is we're so stuck on that we're not actually growing as a unit. And a lot of people are saying that we don't have what it takes to be a championship team. We do. We just gotta, work through these little things. This is year one of Brown. And to be honest with you, this is the best defense we've had. And I think this is one of the best offenses we've had. It's just that trying to keep up with the league with our physicality mentality is very difficult because you can't be physical and run and gun at the same time. You're going to hurt yourself somewhere. So once we figure out how to get that balance, I think we're fine. So right now, where we're at fighting for second place, we're only a game and a half behind against Boston. We're right where we need to be. We're about to hit 50 wins. 3 years in a row, we hit 50 plus wins. 3 years in a row, we're a top four seed. 3 years in a row, we're heading into the playoffs. Two different coaches, different players. It's working. We just got to be patient.
Everything you said is valid, and I agree with like 90% of it. But we was talking about the Knicks' identity. So
And defense.
let's
Yeah.
right, right. So
But
where we at with
that's
that?
our identity is a struggling offense with great defense. The problem we are having with that is because the Knicks, to me, I have never remembered us having a high-powered offense with a really good defense. It's been years since we were able to balance both. Our identity is still defensive first, and then it's the offense. So we've always been a
We
physical defensive
we
team.
we had that first year of OG. That first year when we traded for OG midseason, from that point on, like we were a high powered offense and a high powered defense.
Yeah, but that was only 14 games, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
have
that's
feel
a
what
you.
I'm
question.
saying.
No, that was the rest of the season. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
No,
I got a
no,
question for you guys
He got
before y'all
hurt.
go.
I think,
Before
I
we
think,
keep going, I got a question for y'all because I think maybe it's falling short on me. When you ask him what the team identity is, tell me what is it you mean by the identity? Because
right.
I think it's falling short on me because everybody is giving vague, broad answers. And I don't think I quite get where y'all coming from because I think it means something different. So Freezy, since you asked the question, tell me what you mean when you asking what the team's identity is, and then I'll answer. If
That
that
was
makes
free. That
sense.
was
Like,
Free Key's question.
oh, I didn't see. I
Yeah,
did so much
that was
talking, I
my
don't
Yeah.
question.
forgot. So what do you mean by it? Because I think
I mean,
I'm confused now.
okay, like like um like Boston's identity when the last few years. Oh, they're 3 point hitting team with great defense. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we like? They were top two defense, and they were shooting the lights out on the three ball. That was their identity. You know what I'm saying? Like what is our identity? Pistons identity is a gritty, hard nosed young team on both ends of the ball. What's our identity?
Yeah, I was going to go way back and talk about like Showtime Lakers. Um, Yeah,
Those are identities.
bully is
Yes.
this card
I don't
game.
know. Just okay, because I feel like that's just characteristics of the players of the team. I
No,
don't know.
no,
I don't get it. All right, I
no.
get
It
it. I
is
get what you mean,
characteristics
though.
of the team, but it's
Right,
the perception of the whole group. Yeah, it's
right,
the perception of what
and
they're
you're struggling.
bringing.
Right, I get it. So and you're
What are we
struggling to.
bringing?
Wow,
Night,
that was
night
my
to night,
question.
we're hoping they're on.
You're struggling to figure out what you want to
What we do?
categorize the Knicks as. Okay,
What, what do we do? What like? It's good defense. I would
that's a valid
definitely.
question. I guess
What do we
it's
do?
a valid
Yeah, you
question.
said, but
I just I
that
don't think I don't they do a lot of things though. Like
Night
I
to night,
don't
differently.
I'm
We're a
not
different
gonna
offensive team. We don't know who you get, and I
and
think a
what's
lot of
I
that is
get I
because they're
understand
playing
that.
off. They're playing off talent. Like we have a highly talented team, and I think like night to
But
night they're playing off
they're
talent.
supposed to.
Like I
They're supposed to play
no,
off talent.
okay, they're playing off individual talent, but I don't see a
They're not
team
playing
like
as an individual. They're playing as individuals and not a team. Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
like dog, yeah,
Okay.
like it's not like oh OG got to be on or Brunson got to be on or that's like we're not
I
we
think
don't
I
look
hear what you're
at.
saying because I feel like they're struggling to put it together too. I feel like for
I
as
feel like
much as they
everybody
have
understand
picked
what I'm
up,
saying, but they
really,
just hating on
I
me.
bro.
no, I'm
What
not
team
hating on
in
you,
the
sir. I'm trying.
what
I'm
team in the
trying.
NBA has a better record than the Knicks in the last 30 games? What are y'all talking about struggling?
Thank
The
you.
Knicks
That's what
are
I'm
Okay,
playing
saying. We're not
Freezy.
70. They
struggling.
have a
I
77
think
win
here we
percentage.
and what I'm saying, I don't think when I say they're struggling to put it together, they're still winning, right? They're playing winning
Yeah.
basketball, but we would be foolish to act as if we didn't see the struggle when they're playing out there because it's not going smoothly every
Thank you,
single night
Tori.
when they're
Thank
playing
you.
basketball. So
So
Thank you,
wait,
Tori.
let's not gloss over
wait. Hold on.
what it is we're seeing on the basketball court because we're seeing them struggle on the offensive end. Don't act like you don't see it because we all see it.
Yeah,
With
but
and
So
that's
it's
OG
with
okay.
has
good
Listen,
struggled.
and
That's
we're still
that's with
stop.
good defense.
Let me finish.
That's with good defense.
We're playing good defense. We figured that out, but we
Great
have not
elite
figured
defense.
out.
Yep.
We're playing good defense. We figured that
Great
out.
elite
We're
level defense,
playing
better than
good
Tom Thibodeau ever coached.
defense. Tom Thibodeau is one coach out of how many? Like,
He was here
yes,
for
we're
5
better.
years.
Yes, but who was the coach before him? And who was the coach before him? And who was the coach before? Like, yes, they're playing better defense than they did on the tips. Is it
Right.
the best defense in the league? No. Is it really good defense? Yes. We'll tell you if it's great defense when we get to the playoffs. But
but
we are still while we have put it together on the defensive end, we have not put it all together on the offensive.
yet
And we know that. I didn't say it wouldn't come. I said we haven't put it together. But here we are. It's almost April. So when are we going to put it together? And that's the
the
problem because we all see it. They are
You see,
inconsistent offensively. Yes, they are winning basketball games because they are heavily talented. They are
Hey, you know
being a
what?
yes,
lot more
You know what?
talented than
I'm
the
gonna just
people
tell
that
the
they are
other
going
NBA
up
teams.
against.
I'm gonna just tell the other
Yo,
NBA teams to just
it's
lay
not
down when the Knicks show up.
that's
it's
what I
not
was gonna
nuanced.
say. It's the
Nobody's saying
adjustments.
NBA
see what
team,
you're
Yeah.
doing.
just lay down when the Knicks
Yo,
show up.
y'all can act
yeah,
like y'all don't hear what y'all don't see
I,
it if y'all
they are
want to.
No,
Y'all
disingenuous
can act
debaters,
let
Tori.
me
they're,
They
let
right.
are
me let me say this
It's
real
disingenuous.
quick.
ridiculous
No,
at
no, no,
this
no, no,
point.
no,
It's
no, no.
ridiculous.
I'm not
I'm
saying
gonna
you're
just
wrong.
hush
no,
now because I'm
No,
not
no.
going
this
But
is
into
Tori,
about
to
Knicks
the
let
nonsense.
me.
fans
I'm not.
absolutely wanting
I'm
something to complain about when this team has been playing great basketball.
They
It's
hold
have been
on.
like
playing
we
good
can't
Let me say
basketball,
say
something.
and they have been
the Knicks are
inconsistent on the
good.
offensive end.
It's like we
We're not
can't
doing that.
say, you know what? The Knicks are good. We can't say it.
I'm gonna say
Why we
For
can't
this.
say
some
it?
I'm
reason,
gonna
we're
say this.
like, nah, I know their defense is elite. I know they have a 77 win percentage
I don't
in
know
the
what.
last 30 games, but I cannot bring myself to say that this team is good.
I was
Knicks
just
are
gonna
good.
say this.
They're
Hold
a
on.
good
I
Let me
never
just
team.
say
said they
this real
wasn't
quick.
They're,
good. I said they were a
Let
really
nobody
good
said
team,
that
and
they
you're not
weren't
gonna
good.
put those
See,
words
let
in
me
my mouth.
you're
let me say this real
projecting
Do
quick.
that.
again. That's what he does. Like you're
Not gonna do
projecting
that to
again.
me.
Nobody said they
Let me
wasn't good. They're just not
can I say something?
consistently great, and that's what you
But
need
that's
to
the
be
thing.
for a championship.
Okay, and this is where you're wrong because they say that you have to be consistently great. The league changes. They set
Nobody
up
said
certain.
that.
Hold on. He just
I
said
just
that you
said
have
that.
to be. He
Oh
I
just
just
said
wow.
said
that.
that.
So what I'm saying is yes, our offense may be struggling, but what y'all don't give credit to and what you don't realize is that other teams prepare for us as well. So when we're having our struggles, it's because they're preparing for it. For example, our struggle of us actually allowing Josh Hart to take open shots, we as a team don't even want him taking it because we know, hey, it's not that good. But to find a way to have Josh Hart get in the rhythm the way he's locked in is very hard. So if we're having struggles with our offense, it's credit to the other team's defense. And on top of that, what y'all don't realize is later in the games, our offense makes adjustments to where we actually end up winning based off our offense. Because here's the thing, even though our offense is inconsistent, our defense keeps us into where we can create. All these 20-point leads, 17-point leads that we are down by, we come back because of our offense. So our offense may be struggling, but what you don't understand is their defense is different than ours. For example, look at Detroit's defense with their double big setup. The only way the Knicks can really eat off of that is if we run a double big. If we were to go against Charlotte, we would have to run a small through Cat and Robinson, but we're not used to doing that. So if you look at how we can play and scheme, our offense is going to be affected because our starting five ain't there to stop a team like Charlotte. Yeah, like for example, if we were to play
So
Charlotte, we
so
can
so
have
other
OG at the
teams
five.
prepare for us.
And we don't
So
prepare for
other
other
teams and we
teams.
don't prepare. That's literally what you
I'm
said.
not saying that. What I'm saying is
That
for
what
No,
example,
that's
what
what
you're
you're
saying, no,
no,
what
saying.
you
I'm not
just
saying
said,
that.
what
This
you
is
just
no, I
said is we
didn't.
don't understand what we watching on the screen. That's what you
No,
said
I didn't say
That's
repeatedly.
that.
what you're
I said that
Yes, you
saying.
what
did.
y'all don't understand. No, what I'm saying is what y'all don't give credit to is the people on the defensive end for them doing their job. So when our offense is struggling,
Nobody
it's
is
not just
saying, yo,
because.
bro,
Go ahead.
you missing.
You're missing the
Nobody's
point
saying
Go
entirely.
ahead.
that
How am I
they're not
missing the point?
playing
Go ahead.
good because you're glossing over everything I said to make it a point to tell me that they're playing good enough defense to cover up for their shabby offense. Because that's basically what you're saying. We're
Okay, so
inconsistent on
Tori,
the
here's a little
offensive end.
difficult.
We're inconsistent on the offensive end because teams are scheming and they plotting and they preparing for us. But if you
Okay,
watch every other team play basketball in the league, it never looked like a struggle like that. Like we're
I
literally
do agree.
struggling to put the ball in the hole for minutes at a time.
Yo,
7 minute stretch, six
every
minute
shot seems
stretch.
to
Like
be
it's
on talent alone. Like we're pushing through these games. It it's weird.
Okay,
I feel like, am I watching the same games y'all be watching?
okay, so
it's not
Freezy,
it's
okay,
nothing
you
wrong
found
with
a Rob.
pointing out
Brandon.
that we're having problems on the offensive end. The team is talented enough to
I,
work through it.
Let
And
me
I think
rock.
it has more to do
I see
with
you, Wiz.
rotations than it does to do with the actual talent. I know we have the ability to play better, especially on the offensive end. I just don't think they're doing a good
Okay.
job of putting it together. I'm not
Okay.
knocking them. I'm not saying that the team isn't good. I'm not saying they're not capable of scoring. What I'm saying is they're finding it a lot harder to score than they did throughout the season. It just seems to be a reoccurring theme in a lot of close games for us. I'm not saying we can't win. I'm not saying we don't find ways to pull it out. I'm just saying that they're struggling offensively. And it's okay to point that out. That doesn't mean that they're not a good team. That doesn't mean that they're not doing well. I'm just saying that they're struggling in some areas. It's okay to
And
point those things out and
and
still think that your team is
and
good
the
and still
struggle.
think that your
Hey,
team is
hold on. Let
capable
Wiz,
of
Wiz gotta
winning.
get some. Hold on. Hey, go ahead,
Go
Okay,
Wiz.
ahead,
so
Wiz. I'm sorry.
real quick, okay. So here's where I'm on the fence because my actual thoughts about this team starting the season, middle of the season now, is that our identity actually is going to be a versatile, relentless, offensive powerhouse. However, facts shows, and I'm going to use just one little fact, even though it seems to me, it's not as an argument. 14 points in a quarter is unheard of in the modern NBA or even the old NBA. I don't think there's any era that 14 points in a quarter could ever occur with any NBA team, even the Nets against the OKC. I'm just saying. So we've shown that we have every single piece that can put that ball in that basket, and we can do it. We can do it with any I guess any other defense in the league, and at our will when we somehow find a way to do it. But the inconsistency of not doing it, of having 14, 19, 20 point first quarters, especially, shows that there's something else that's wrong. Maybe it's coaching. I'm a Mike Brown fan. I like his team. I like him. I like his assistants. But there's something wrong where we're putting up 14, 19, 20 points in the first quarter, giving up 30 plus points consecutively, and have to come back the rest of the game. And with our defense, but of course it has to be with the offense, to end up winning the game by 10, 20 points sometimes. So, or being down by 20 plus and coming back and beating the team down 20 plus points. So we have all the tools and all the talent to be what I thought would be our identity, and that is a unpredictable, adaptable, flexible, super versatile offensive powerhouse. Because 1 through 15, okay, maybe 14, forget Mitch, but 1 through, let's say 1 through 12, every one of those guys can score the basket. We know, of course, the obvious, Cat and JB. We know OG. And we've seen Cal do it in the past. He's not been with us, but somehow in the road. Even Hart, when he takes the shot when he's open, has shown he can do it. Juice, Shamit. I mean, come on, JC. I mean, we know Kodak can put the ball. DOR. So there's nothing wrong with our team offensively except execution. And I think that's going to be identity if we can put it together. It's going to be that we are the most versatile, unpredictable offensive powerhouse in the league. And what we also have to that is an incredibly strong defense that can also shut you down. I expect a game 124-95 every day sometimes because we have the ability to do that against almost every team with a couple of exceptions where the offensively it's going to be 125, 120 because the OKC can't necessarily be stopped and a Boston when it's hot can't necessarily be stopped. So I didn't say, in my opinion, is will be, and I think I'm gonna die on that hill. Will be the versatile, unpredictable offensive powerhouse that no one can stop.
Okay. Can I just say this because I see now what you guys are talking about, and to be honest with you, the reason why our offense is struggling is because the roles have changed. If you look at how the roles have changed, we are still sticking with Brunson. Cat isn't the secondary person in the offense like he was when we had Tibbs last year. And if you notice, OG has been more of an offensive guy, and Bridges has been more defense. These roles have changed to where now we're not seeing what we're used to seeing or as far as or expecting to see from offense. Now we're seeing Josh Hart being more offensively involved. These little things like that, where these shots are being rotated for the person available, is what's causing the problem. Because if Brunson's off and we have an open opportunity for Josh Hart to score and Josh Hart's shots are off, we know as fans, because we watch this team like, oh yeah, we know Josh ain't always going to be on point. Find someone else. Our offense is now struggling. No, it's just that sometimes these players who are now getting more light outside of OG and outside of maybe Clarkson, who's gotten a new role, can actually be efficient at it. So when you're looking at how the offense is when we first started off last year, Bridges was our third scorer, was one of our third scorers, and then OG, then Hart. If you look at it this year, it is now Brunson, Cat, and then OG, and then Hart, and now Bridges, because Bridges is doing more defense than anything. And a lot of his shots are being split between Hart and OG. Same thing with Cat, 3-point attempts. So these whole roles that we're seeing, yes, it does have holes and it does have lapses, but when you look at the overall scheme, they're trying to find ways to get these other guys more involved to where these lapses happen, they're comfortable in coming in and stepping up. That's what I was talking about when I say that it's a new system. And I do see what you guys are saying, but you have to see the roles have changed. What OG is doing now, Bridges was doing last year. What Josh Hart is doing now, OG was doing last year. Improving on the three ball, being more aggressive. All of these things, they're not the same players that we're seeing. Matter of fact, no one has said, how come Bridges isn't involved more in the offense? That's one of our biggest things because he was our slasher, quick jump. He was the one that would get us a little start, him and Josh Hart, when we were doing our transition offense, getting back to the rim. Those two guys were the guys that we would look at, and OG would be the last guy coming in for a dunk. We don't have that trifecta. Our offense looks different.
Hey, Cowboy
So
Bob, I'll
right
be
now,
right back.
yes,
When
you
you
guys are
finish the
saying our
thought, read this
offense is struggle
after.
because of the talent we have and what we can do, but it's different plays and different schemes. That's what's the problem with our offense. But the defense hasn't changed. It actually improved. So for me, if our defense has improved from a defensive minded coach like Tibbs to where it's better now, our offense is trying to do the same thing, but the lapses is we don't have enough reps as a team. We don't have enough. We don't have enough practice of Josh Hart taking threes. Because even now, when we see Josh Hart, we sometimes see him hold the ball longer, dribble, and then drive rather than take the three. So it's a lot of things that these players are trying to do. And yes, it is 72 games in, but this is year one. They're expecting to play a new role and play defense is very difficult. So our offense to me is still clicking. It's just the roles have been changed.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the roles I don't think have really been changed. I think the players' mentality and execution have been changed. I think they've all been given, especially the Mike Brown system, an opportunity to take the shot when
Can
they
anybody hear
haven't.
me?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear anybody else though.
Okay,
I
you can
can
hear
I can
me?
hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So you heard what I said? Because I
Yes,
don't
Yeah.
hear
I heard
anyone
you.
else. It's weird. Since Unc
Oh,
left.
Okay, okay. So,
Yeah,
can
But
you
when
hear
he
nah, do
go
me?
you
in and
understand
out,
what I'm saying?
I heard
I
you
do.
say. I don't
But
say
when
exactly what
he
you said. I
go
think
in and out, it throws a lot of people off.
you
I
made some
think.
valid
Damn,
points. I think.
everybody froze.
No, no, no. I'm not
nah, I'm
No,
frozen.
here.
just
I
us.
heard your whole thing. I
Yeah,
heard that
we're
whole
good.
thing.
We're good. You're good, Cowboy Bob. You're good. He's going in and out. Now he went out. Okay. So is everybody good? Cowboy Bob.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right. So my concern, I don't think actually. I noticed it mentioned roles a lot, roles and roles, but Mike Brown's offense is one that's so flexible that everyone has a chance and should have a chance to take a shot. Unfortunately, and I'm not a Brunson hater, Brunson sometimes is holding the ball too long and taking too many shots. Every time Brunson takes less than 20 shots, we have a better winning record than when he does over 20. When the ball's distributed around, when we have all the starters in the teams on their shots, we win games convincingly. Okay, so I think the problem is that there are guys who are deferring too much or who hesitate too much, and one is of course Hart, and two is Mikal, who are somehow deferring the ball to Brunson or someone else take the shot, and then Hart's just whatever it is fear of I don't know what fear of failure when he shot nine straight threes and he won't take another three after that. Something is off with our the psychology mentality about taking shots when we have them because this team has everybody in that squad, the starting team especially, that can score. Every one of those starters can score, and every one of them should be taking over 10 shots a game. You can't have your starting center, the second best player, if not the best shooting guy on the team, take less than 10 shots in a game. You can't have OG and and McCall on the wings not getting 3 to 5 3-point shots a game, where they're the best, used to be the best, corner 3-pointers shooters in the league. So there's something else that's off. And although you want to look back at the coach and be like, it has to be somehow his job to do it, you got to look at the players and see what it is that causing them to defer or to hesitate in playing their game without fear. And that's
And I agree with that. I agree with that.
Okay.
That's a lot of stuff to have to be figuring out with like 9 games left of the season.
No, not really, because when you get in the playoffs, you're only scheming for one team and you can focus on that said team. You don't have to prepare for the next team or try to create a plan and, see if it works out. So what you're gonna do is when you're preparing for playoffs, you just literally take that team, watch how they play, and take all the 82 games of what you guys just did and see where it can work to your advantage. That's what you're gonna do. You're only focusing on one team. I'm
But the
just
thing
saying, like,
about but the thing about that is it works both ways, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I
that other team is preparing for us as well.
But here's the thing, though. We still haven't seen Cat unleashed. We've seen Brunson unleashed. We haven't seen Cat unleashed, meaning we haven't seen
These are
Cat
things.
shoot.
Will we
Go
These are
ahead.
though?
things
That's
that
the
you're just
question.
hoping. Yeah, these
It's
are things.
been
No,
That's
one
I'm
hope.
time
not
and one
hoping.
time this
I
That's
think
hope.
season.
I'm
That's
not saying
hope.
it's hope. I actually
I
think that
know.
this is what Mike Brown was doing because here's the thing. When when you look at this season, how Cat has been used, a lot of people would say him not shooting the three ball, is not him being used to the best of his advantage. That is a correction, but his defense has stepped up to where now in the playoffs we can rely on his defense to create a very good. He hasn't been fouling as much. His fouls went down. He's getting more blocks. He's coming back on defense. He's getting more fouls offensively as well. He's stepping up in a way to where I didn't even think he could add this to his game. So when you unleash him and say, "Yo, it's all you," he has that he did this season plus his ability to shoot and drive. That's also
Right, but
improved over the last 5 games.
when's that gonna
This is why I
happen?
say this is why I say it's gonna happen when it comes to playoff time because
How do you
all the
know
stuff
that?
that you
Hey,
guys
Cowboy
just said.
Bob, did y'all read?
Okay,
Hey, did
all
y'all
the
read the
stuff you
super
guys
chat?
just said about
Hey, y'all.
deferred, breaking
Hey,
down
did y'all
how
read the super
they're gonna
chat?
go ahead and have to think. They may think
No,
Hey,
too
we
much
didn't
Cowboy
read
by
it
Bob,
getting
did
the
y'all
extra
read the super
pass.
chat?
That's what Wiz
he
just
might
said.
not be able to hear you on
Okay. Hey,
because he
did
was
somebody
having
read the super
problems
chat?
earlier. You could hear super. I don't think he could hear you.
Okay. I'm asking, did somebody read the super chat?
Now I can't hear. Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So son from Brooklyn, thank you for the generous contribution. Son from Brooklyn says your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Knicks win-loss record tells the story. Let's go Knicks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So hey, thank you for the generous
Can you guys
contribution.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can't hear anybody.
You
I'm gonna
can.
have to
Hello.
reload.
Okay.
Like I'm
All
gonna
right.
have
Yeah,
to.
something was
I
going
can
on
hear him.
earlier. We was getting kicked
I
out.
can hear him, but he can't hear us though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He probably can't hear you because earlier he was talking and only I could hear him.
Oh,
Like we couldn't hear
I was
nothing else.
hearing
We
him.
could only hear each other.
yeah, I was hearing him too. He just couldn't hear us. It was weird, but he'll be back. Wiz says he got dropped. I guess Wiz gonna have to jump back in
Oh,
too. Yeah.
Yo, family, I gotta jump. Good chat
Can you hear
though.
me?
Hey man, appreciate you, boss.
Hey
I
man, be safe.
Yeah, man.
I'ma
I can
holler.
hear you, but I can't hear anybody else. I'm gonna go back out.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Cowboy Bob, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was just saying that I feel like unleashing Cat, you can go ahead and unleash Cat in a way to where now when you look at how he played this season and as well as him in the offense, you can tell him when Brunson's off the court, I see him more in the playoffs being active offensively. Everyone's gonna say when. Why can't we just be patient and let these things work out? Mike Brown impressively has brought this team to a 50-win team. We still got time to be 50 wins. We still got time to be in the third seed. So for a first year coach, we got to give him his flowers. Everything is going to come into work because if we have noticed, OG's offense has stepped up over the half of a quarter. If you look at how Josh Hart actually being used, as many mistakes he makes, he still is helpful. And then you look at how Cat's defense has helped out the team even more. So all these things are going to come together for the playoffs because now when you look at Cat, you also have a defensive minded Cat and an offensive scoring Cat. That's when you unleash him. You unleash him like they done throughout the season. Every now and again they have done it where Brunson's on the bench and we run through Cat and Cat will get 15 points or 10 points and then he'll get a couple assists and rebounds. And it'll be like the beginning of the third quarter. We've seen that throughout the season. That's what I mean by unleashing Cat, allowing him to be free in the offense. And then also with us getting back McBride, a setup shooter who's going to pull the three at a 40%, who you, Miss B, and I both agree that we need that surgeon off the bench. But the problem is I still feel we need another addition. So when it comes to everything, I think that Coach Mike Brown is gonna let Kolick be more involved because he's still allowing him to play some D League games. He's still allowing him to be somewhat in rhythm. And he's going to be used as a secret weapon, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, we know what Kolick is," but how we're using Kolick, where he comes off the bench and helps out, and he'll help out when McBride comes back. That's another 3-point shooter we have because right now we only have one, and that's Brunson and
Okay.
OG. So for me, it's like they're all going to be unleashed, and it's just going to click at the right time. We just got to be patient.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's all you got, bro.
Now I got more, but it's just, if you want me to keep going, I can keep going. Also, if you look at the bench is the biggest key to our assets because when we have someone who could come off the bench and actually help, like for example, Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench and playing with Cat in a double big setup helps us out a lot better with the defense and also rebounding because then we get our rebounding up, we get a defensive threat, and Cat could also leak out and start off on the offense, and Cat will always get a mismatch. So when you really look at how things are, I think that it actually helps us out. The one thing I think that we need to work on as far as our offense is how we're going to get Josh Hart involved. Because a lot of people don't realize if they're bringing a big out on Josh Hart, how are we not scoring? Their big is being drawn out to the 3-point line to cover a smaller player. Why are we not feeding off of that? Because to me, their best chance at rebounding is their big. So if their big is coming out to D Josh Hart, if I'm Josh Hart, I'm gonna try to draw that guy closer, and someone should be cutting to where we can take the advantage. Because if we're doing a double big setup, or if we're just running Cat or Mitchell Robinson, we have the advantage with one or two of them there. That's a thing I could say where I see in our offense we need to change. But when you look at everything coming together, they got to see it. And this is actually live game action versus what I'm seeing after the fact.
Okay.
So for me, I'm just saying that there's things that we need to work on with our offense just like that. Because if you're going to draw out your big, we should be attacking, getting more offensive rebounds, getting and ones down low, changing it up. And when I mean, you've heard me plenty of times say slow it down, and everybody be like, yo, you can't do that in the game. You got to keep the pace. I'm not saying slow it down to where the game is slower. I'm saying slow it, see what you got, take advantage, and hit the shot. And if you miss, set up your next man to where we can get to the free throw line. Every shot doesn't have to be made, but you have to turn that into an opportunity. You can get to the rack or shoot a shot and miss, but if you can get that rebound and go straight back up and get to the free throw line, that's a win, whether you score it or not. That's the basketball I'm talking about we need to add. But we've done that in the past with Mitchell Robinson. You've seen it last game when Brunson was throwing all those lobs to Mitchell Robinson. Like they're trying to get it activated. So when you look at everything that the Knicks are doing, it's just missing one piece. And again, I'm going to keep saying McBride because he has an attitude when he's in the game, he's just locked in. And Clarkson had it. Clarkson has it the last few games he was in. And if he can be consistent and McBride comes back and they use Kolick, which I think they will, our offense would be a lot faster pace. And our identity cannot run with a faster paced team. We will lose it because our team isn't built that way. We're built to run our game. It's like, how are you gonna race a car when you're a Jaguar? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same. It's different speeds, different things. I'm just using it as an example. But again, it has to come from the bench. The bench needs to have some type of consistency to where the bench can score 35 to 45 points. Knicks bench can do that. I think that we're pretty much working pretty well. And from there, we can actually develop into a better team. So pretty much that's all I got. I don't want to keep talking too much.
Man,
I wasn't
we
sure where
we've
we was
been
at because I got knocked out the chat. I'm not sure what the topic was. So I can't comment because I don't know where we going right now.
What's up, Unc?
yeah, I'm saying, man, we hadn't been here for a minute
Yeah.
because of number
Oh,
of
I can't hear Freezy. Can y'all hear me?
yes. Yeah.
Okay. I can't hear you though.
I wasn't saying nothing.
Yeah, no, I definitely can't hear you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out because I can't hear.
Okay. All right. But come right back though. Right, come right back. Like go out, but come right back. Right.
Yeah.
So,
I can only hear you, Unc.
yeah. Yeah. Yo, man, yeah, I think it's one of those things where Knicks fans, as fans, we've been starved from greatness for so long that when things get close to being great, we don't. Yeah, I think we've been starved for so long from greatness that even when things get close to being great, we don't really embrace it like we could embrace it because for Knicks fans, the wheels have fallen off a few times when we felt like this was the year. And then all of a sudden, Emmanuel quickly gets hurt in game 4 of the Miami series. And Julius Randle has a double sprained ankle. And a team that we should have beat wind up going to the finals and losing to a team that we dominate over the years. Remember that, Wiz? Remember the year we lost to Miami in the playoffs? And Miami went to the finals and lost to the Denver Nuggets, a team that had been thrashing for years.
Facts. Yes,
And so you get those moments of, dang, bro, if we could have just made it past Miami, bro, we could have played Denver in the finals, and we normally are competitive against Denver. Right? Not saying that we would have won a championship, but it wouldn't have been a walkover. We felt like we could have at least had a chance against Denver. And then the next year, we lose to Indiana because Hartenstein is injured playing game 7 when he shouldn't have. Hartenstein had 0 points in a game 7 at home. It's not his fault. He was injured. OG Anunoby played the first 2 minutes of the game, but people forget that Indiana series, if we had OG Anunoby, we'd have won that series in 5 games against Indiana. But OG pulls his hamstring on a breakaway dunk, and then he misses those games, and then Indiana beats a shorthanded Knicks team, right? And then last year, Indiana got all the breaks. Like they got all the breaks against us. We was trying to figure it out and mess around. And Indiana could have beat right now if Halliburton didn't tear his Achilles. The Indiana Pacers could be the reigning NBA champs. People forget that Indiana OKC series went to a game 7 when Indiana had the lead when Halliburton got hurt.
If you live in the South like I do, you walk.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these factors, like as Knicks fans, we see all these different things. And so it's like emotionally, when we get close to a thing, we always feel, and not everyone, but a lot of people feel like the closer we get to greatness, the more we feel like the wheels are going to fall off in some type of calamity.
It's PTSD.
Yep. Like the Wile E. Coyote thing. Like Wile E. Coyote has the perfect plan, draw it up on the board, and as soon as he get to the Roadrunner, worst case scenario happen.
All the time, every time.
Yeah, every time.
I'll admit, I'm one of those cats. I'm one of those guys.
We all are. Any Knicks 90s Knicks fan is that fan. Because we've been so close to the promised land. We know what it tastes like. We just never got to finish our meal.
Right. Right. Even in the last 3 seasons, y'all, if we just had a standard operating process, the Knicks could at least have one NBA championship, in my opinion. Right. The year Miami went to the finals and lost to Denver. We're looking like, come on, how in the world? The Denver Nuggets? How? The Denver Nuggets won an NBA championship. Right, that's the year that's the year that the point guard elbowed Jalen Brunson in the eye. Remember, Jalen Brunson was shooting a 3, and a dude just came out in the corner and just hit Jalen Brunson in the eye with the elbow, and Jalen Brunson got the 4-point play to get us back in the game. And at the end of that game, Jalen Brunson turned the ball over, and the Heat wound up, beating us. But what people don't remember is Bam Adebayo dove on Emmanuel Quickley's ankle and for a loose ball in the middle of the court, and the referees didn't say a thing. He dove, not the basketball, Quickley's ankle, not the basketball. Now the basketball's over here. Quickley's running for it, and Bam Adebayo dives for that man's ankle and turns that man's ankle, and Quickley is out for the rest of the series.
And even put aside injuries last year alone, if you put aside injuries last year, if we had Tyler Kolek, DeLon Wright, and Precious Achiuwa more minutes during the season, they would have been able to step in and do what I think and of course our players, there had to be some fatigue factor. We would have been in the NBA Finals
Yeah.
if put it aside the injury.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean,
Yeah.
listen,
always
last
something,
season,
always something.
even if he don't play those guys, if we won game one of that Indiana series, we go to the finals. That turned
Yeah.
the tide
Hmm.
completely. You win
Yeah.
one game. That first game, we go to the finals. But you can't put the
Right.
milk back in the bottle once it's spilled, right? So we got to get
Right.
past that.
Yeah.
Today, I completely
but
went
it's
back. Oh, go ahead, Wiz.
but the thing is that we're all looking for what that thing is going to be this year. Because last year it was that that one or two things there. That's it.
Right.
It's always something. So this year we're looking for it. We're not even like in fully enjoying the moment because
Right.
we're anticipating that little
And
thing that's going to happen. We're going to be like, Mike Brown did his rotation correctly. He played everybody, unlike Tibbs, but he went too far. You
Yeah.
know.
and that's exactly where I was gonna go. I did exactly what I said I wasn't gonna do for the rest of the season. I went back on my word and I started trashing my guys when I should be giving them just a little bit of grace. I pointed out every single solitary thing I thought was wrong and didn't take any time to point to anything that was right. And we got a lot that is right with this team.
A lot.
Right.
There's a lot more right than there is
Yo,
more
it takes
wrong
a
because
big person to admit that, though. It takes a big person to admit that,
I
though.
said I wasn't going to do it. I said I wasn't going to spend the rest of the season bashing this team because it's not necessary. They in third place, a game and a half out of second place. We know they're not catching first place. Detroit is on fire. But
Right.
I'll say this,
Hmm.
right? For all of the teams in the Eastern Conference, right, that are in playoff contention, the only team we haven't beaten is the Detroit Pistons.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, and we either have, and not only have we beaten all of these teams, we either own the tiebreaker or we've split the series. So there's
Right.
not a team in the entire East that is so dominant that we can't beat them. And even though Detroit beat us, they caught us in the beginning of the season when we were trying to find ourselves. They
Right.
caught us in
Hmm.
that second game when we had half our team out. Now they
Yeah.
whooped on us that third game, but who's to say that if that wasn't the first game, we wouldn't have beat them the next two?
Right.
Like you got to give these guys just a little bit of grace, man. They got a new
Hmm.
coach, brand new system.
Right.
They right now down a stretch of the season trying new things still. I don't promise you I still do not trust Brown at all. Like I don't trust that man. I don't think he knows how to
But
handle
Corey,
the amount of talent
to-
that he has.
but
Like
Corey,
it's like
you got
a
to give.
like you sit down to the spades table and your partner got seven books in his hand and he don't know how to play it.
Oh my
That's what I
God.
feel
but Corey,
like we
you
get
got to say one
when
thing
you
though.
get when
Playoff
you get
time.
Tibbs because you look at the I mean with Brown because I look at the substitution pattern and I'm always baffled. Like I know that at the 5 minute mark of the first quarter, Cat is going to the bench. He's going to sit
Okay,
down. It
but
don't
Tori,
matter if he
real quick,
hot or
Tori.
he not.
I don't think she
He
can hear
going to
you.
sit down. When we struggling to get rebounds, he ain't pulling Mitch off the bench. When we struggling to for ball movement, he don't go to Tyler Kolek. Like I don't understand the man's substitution patterns. I don't understand what he be like. I'm not the coach, so I don't know what he see. I know what I see, so I
Right.
don't trust him.
All right.
But how
Let me
about
do.
playoff
Go ahead,
time?
Wes.
Playoff Mike Brown actually has made the right moves,
All right, guys, I'm gonna check out.
and
Go New York, go New York, go.
Go ahead, Wes.
Oh
playoff
shoot.
Mike Brown has made the right move. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm good.
Would you agree that playoff Mike Brown has made the right moves?
Is is
We saw
Wiz
him in the
frozen?
playoffs.
Or is it me?
I know it was a one game playoff, but I know it's the Emirates Cup. But he did make all the right moves in all those games, even against the powerful OKC beating San Antonio Spurs to win a championship. At that point in the season, That Freezer here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. At that point in the season, Mike Brown was making all the right moves during the critical playoffs of the Emirates Cup. So I'm going to still give him grace that he will, when the time comes, revert back to what he did in the Emirates Cup. That made all the right moves to beat every single team he faced, even the hot Spurs, with an unbeatable 7-6, freak of nature. So I'm going to still have that hope that he's going to make the right moves. But as a Knicks
Yeah.
fan from the 90s, from the 80s, from even the 70s, I'm still going to, but 70s after 75, after the championship, I'm still, unfortunately, have that little fear inside from that PTSD that something's going to go wrong.
I want to hold out hope, right? But I'm a person who really think he just got lucky. I think he made that right move against San Antonio because he got lucky.
Can you guys hear
Because if
me?
you're a
I can't hear
person
anybody.
who, if you're a person who, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
B.
Because if you're a person who can always make good decisions down the stretch, you make them.
Madam President.
And
Okay. So anyway,
I don't think Wiz can hear me.
I hope it's on my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I
Am I
think when
good,
people go
Freezy?
in and out, it's knocking the sound out for everybody else. But um,
Right.
I I think he got lucky because we played Orlando, we played Miami a few times before we saw them, so he had the ability to prepare for them. And with San Antonio, I really honestly just think the Knicks played hard and he got lucky. I don't know. I'm not convinced when it comes to the defense. He got down packed, but that offense, I just don't think he know what he's doing. That's just me though.
Hey, I'm gonna say this to you and Wiz just real quick. The where I'm operating from is I'm operating from a place of fanaticism, right? I legit in my heart still love the way that the Knicks eliminated the Detroit Pistons from the playoffs last year. Wiz, you remember that feeling of eliminating the Pistons from the playoffs? I remember that, right? I remember that. I still cherish that. I'm still operating from a place of optimism from how the Knicks eliminated the Boston Celtics last year in the playoffs. That was a real thing that actually happened, right? I appreciate that. Like that place, you know what I'm saying, to me is a great place, right? I remember the feeling of going into the Eastern Conference Finals, looking at Indiana as if they were food, right? Like I remember those things. Like I didn't bury those things because the ultimate outcome didn't go my way. I still remember that, right? So when I look at this Knicks team, the team for the most part is still the same. The team that eliminated Detroit, Jalen Brunson coming up big against the Pistons, eliminating the Celtics, things of that sort. And so I still feel good about that moment and this season, right? My only where I am is I've seen that and I've seen the Knicks improve upon a thing this year. Their defense
Mhm.
is elite. And so I'm choosing to take those moments and that thing as opposed to pointing out the things that maybe we didn't get right. Right? Because in life we know we know perfection is the byproduct of trial and error. Like you never get to perfection unless you try stuff and fail. Right? So you try stuff and fail, and then you learn your lessons from that and you perfect it. Right? That's where I am with it. Like were there bumps in the road this year in order to get to the place we are right now? Absolutely. Right? But if the road was too smooth, we would still be complaining that we're untested. Right? So regardless which road you choose, to get to this, to arrive at the point we are right now, there'll still be some questions. Like my questions are not about did they try stuff and fail, right? Or my question is not about did we also have great moments? Did we eliminate the Detroit Pistons in the playoffs? Did Jalen Brunson look like a king against the Pistons? Yes. Did a team effort to knock off the Celtics in a second round, a healthy Celtics too, by the way. Not a Tatum get hurt in game 1. Tatum got hurt in game 4.
Right. And they was already going down 3-1, and he tried to act like they was going to come back. Get out of here. Get out of here.
On the play, Tatum hit the floor.
Ridiculous.
OG Anunoby was dunking to put the Knicks up by 10.
Yep.
That's one of the things people forget.
That game was over.
That game was over, right? They were desperate, right? And so while it seems like I might be in this world of only seeing the positive outcomes from a very up and down road to where we are, I'm not looking at just that. I know that there were failures and there were bad moments, and I understand that. But I understand in real life, no matter where you are in life, it wasn't roses all the way to where you are. In sports, the other team get paid too. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that, understanding where we are, and understanding how my fellow Knicks fans feel about the moments that upset them. I do understand that. I understand that there are moments that upset us. I'm with you, because I was upset during those times too. But the Knicks aren't eliminated from the playoffs right now. They're on their way to the playoffs, right? The Knicks aren't a play-in team. They're firmly established as the 3 seed, right? So there are a lot of positives that we can draw from based on what has happened this season, right? Cat's an all-star. Brunson's an all-star. And guess what, everybody? The Knicks developed a rookie. What? The Knicks developed a rookie.
Shout out to Mo D.
At the same time, while avoiding a major injury to a major contributor. Like, all these things are happening for us, but as Knicks fans, when you've been Wile E. Coyote for 50 years and you know the perfect plan is drawn on the chalkboard, right? The architect board is right there on the board, right? I don't blame us for thinking like, whatever can go wrong will go wrong at the most inopportune time. But what I'm saying is, what other choice do we have but to continue down this path? Right? They're going to play games. The Knicks are in the playoffs. Do I just quit on my team right now because I don't think they're going to win? No. I have to stay dialed in and support these guys and support my fans. Not my fans, but the fan base that I'm in, right? I have to support everybody. Let their voice be heard. Challenge them on some topics, support them on other topics, right? That's just how this thing is. This is how we cope, right? Like, this is how we cope with this thing, because it wouldn't be fair to the fans of the Knicks. It wouldn't be fair to the viewers of the channel to just say, okay, we're at that point where things normally start to go bad, so I'm gonna just give up right here. And that's from my perspective. That's not me judging anyone else. That's how I feel as a Knicks fan, everybody. My bad, Wiz. I got a little long-winded right there, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, no, that was tight. I mean, that echoes a lot of stuff, I think. So, and I like the idea of you looking towards the next 8 games, with the attitude we have, and with the Tory mentality as well. We're going to just simply, game by game, we go 4 for 4. We're cool. We get Deuce back into what he needs to do. We bring Shamit back when he comes back, and slowly but surely get ready for Mike Brown to tighten the rotation. to a point with flexibility that's going to be needed for the playoffs. Find out whether or not we're going to have, GTA or Kolek, or how much time those guys are going to have. And we gotta go with what we got, and we got what we got. It's good enough to win. I know a little mid-season championship, but it just shows on the pressure that we have something on the pressure for one game to turn it up. And if we just go one game at a time and play every game like we played that last game of the, an Emirates Cup, we have the skill set every game to come like that and win each game. And that's all we gotta do. One game at a time. What's that? What we need? 16 games, and it's over. 16 victories, and it's over. Our long nightmare is for to be finally over. It's been a nightmare, man. It's been a nightmare. I mean, it's been enjoyable moments. There were some fun moments. I'll never forget my John Starks dunk. I'll never forget, some of my Bernard King era without being real winners.
The
I remember
Spreewell
all those
38-point game against Charlotte.
it's
Never
free.
forget that.
Exactly.
When
Yep.
Spreewell couldn't miss.
Exactly. Yep. So I've enjoyed it. And so this next 8 games, I'm gonna try to enjoy every moment, just seeing each benefit. Like Tori, I'm gonna start just looking at the positive, right, for the next 8 games. That okay, OG's emerging as an offensive threat. Okay, McCallum's, stepped up a little bit. He's getting more than 10 shots a game. Hard to hitting 3 pointers. What? Defensively, even Diawara is coming through on some defensive plays, and he's aggressive, and he goes to the hole and he takes a 3-point shot without fear. Deuce is back. I'm gonna look at each one of those pros and look at Mitch speaking up and acting up because
Yeah.
he's following his words with his action. He's backing his talk up. He's walking the walk and talking the talk. So I'm looking forward to all of these things. And then what I just got to see, the last thing is to watch how Mike Brown and the coaches make their rotations. And yeah, we don't want to see the cookie cutter 5 minutes substitution type kind of thing that we see with Tibbs. I want to see players hot, freedom, freedom, freedom. Players still healthy enough to stay in there. Okay, let them stay 10 minutes. Players actually off his game, no matter who it is. You're 0 for 6 from 3 in the first quarter. Sit out for a little bit. You know what I mean? I mean, I
Or
love the
choose
idea that
better shots. Or
I'll choose
shoot
better shot.
3 from different places on the floor.
Exactly. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. So I'm anticipating, like I said, that and to a certain extent, when we went on a 7 game winning streak, I'm a little worried about peaking too early. I do like the idea of starting to peak with the last 6 or 7 games left. That's when I want to start to peak. I don't want to
Yeah.
have four. If we go on 15-0 or 16-0 to end the season, I'm not so sure it can sustain. Another, what potentially, let's just say on the easy side, 24 more games, and have that kind of relentless win-win, lose one, win-win-win, lose one. It's possible. Obviously, it's been done. The Bulls did it. Even the who we got there? Oh no! Oh
Yeah.
man!
Master
I'm
record
gonna
on
I'm
his
gonna
face.
shut up right now because I'm gonna shut up right now because I need to hear this young man speak who just turned what 21 again.
21.
21 for the 29th time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey,
Greetings,
Yeah.
greetings, sir.
let me ask y'all this because I have not an epiphany, but I have a internal challenge.
Yeah.
Right. My internal challenge is this: the OKC game tomorrow doesn't matter because you want the Knicks to finish the season strong, playing well, but healthy. So if they lose, but they're competitive and they're healthy, then it's a moral victory, right? Here's the thing. I want to beat OKC so bad I can't stand myself, bro. I hate OKC, bro. I hate SGA and the way that he played. I think he a dinosaur here he a Flopolopolis. That's what he is. Like, you can't touch him, right? He don't play on defense. All he do is rake your arms up. He don't move his feet. He just scratch up your arms all game, and they call it great defense, right? Like, legit, the OKC Thunder reminds me of the 90s Chicago Bulls, where all they do is hack you up, and then you can't touch them on the other end. It's the clear double standard, right?
Right.
But so for the OKC Thunder game, I know in the grand scheme, as a mature adult, I should be thinking, okay, just play hard, play your game, be competitive. If you win, it's great. If you lose and everybody comes out healthy, great, right? But I want to beat these jokers so bad I can't stand it, bro. Like, OKC to me is like the Boston Red Sox of baseball. Like, I just can't. Like, I just like, Jay, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a Mets fan, I shouldn't be worried about the Boston Red Sox, right? Because they're in another conference and you only see them every once in a while, right? Right? It's not like the Braves or the Phillies where it's like a natural thing. You know, you play each other so much that you just don't like each other. I just don't like.
This isn't the Sixers or the
the Celtics. Because I hate the Celtics too, but OKC.
Oh, the worst.
OKC just makes me think that this current iteration of NBA basketball, where the referees decide games, is frustrating to me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I know we got OKC tomorrow, and I know in the grand scheme of things, I should be an adult and not worry too much about the ultimate outcome. Just play a great game, come out of the game healthy, and because in the grand scheme of things, winning an NBA Finals in June is more important than beating the OKC Thunder in a late March Sunday afternoon game, whatever. How you feel about that?
Oh, I think they definitely get away with a lot of stuff. I watched a game recently. It was a TNT game or one of those games that they have of the week. Let's see if that was a sneeze. And it felt like what you just said. It felt like they couldn't be touched. Well, really, two people. It was the Williams kid and SGA. Couldn't be touched. But no, I'm wrong. It trickled. Because there was a lot of them that did chat. It was a lot of them. So, that used to bother me. Like you just talking about the Bulls being able to score, but you not being able to breathe onto Michael Jordan.
Right.
Pissed me off. Like immediately. So yeah, like I hear you. I know for me personally that I cherish at this point in my of the season health the most.
Right.
Because we need to go into the playoffs very healthy.
Right. Let's wrap everybody in bubble wrap.
Yeah. Bubble wrap, double bubble.
Let's play let's play all the kids and wrap our starters in bubble wrap. Let's do it.
Right. I'm down for it. You know what?
I need Mitch and OG and Cap and bubble wrap, yo.
Pronto.
They really need bubble wrap. Those three. Season. Yeah. And Brunson's ankles. Like, yeah, I don't want,
He got spares in the back, though, so, he got spares.
Yeah, right?
He got spares in the back.
Comes out with brand new.
He kept them all for the playoffs. He got them in the back.
I'm glad.
Me too. Thank God. And he comes out different. But as far as the
Yep.
SGA thing, yeah, I'm not going. I'm not going to cry. I thought that,
Mm.
I'll compare it to this. I'm not going to have the feelings I had with St. John's last night. Yes,
Oh,
I'm not
Oh,
going to
they
have the
lost.
feelings I would have. I would have,
Oh, that sucks.
but
They got what they
and they were
deserve.
winning by a bunch. They were winning by
Duke
a
fan.
bunch. Why you say that?
Let's go, Duke.
He's a Duke
Because
fan.
they. Oh, I hate Duke. I hate them.
Me
Hate
too.
them. Hate them. They're everything about it. Duke is the softest team in all of basketball.
Ooh,
Oh,
wow.
we started something brand new. We'll talk about that later. That's a new show.
Ooh, wow.
Duke, the softest team in basketball.
Mm.
Mm.
St.
Dang,
John's
yo.
brought the fire to them, but they just didn't have. You know what? The Duke they didn't have the boosters. St. John, the Duke had.
Ooh, facts.
What? A
Because you have
team
to
in
come.
New
You
York,
have to
a
come.
team in New York
You
City
have
don't
you have
have
to come
money?
to.
What?
You didn't have to come. You have to come to Jamaica, Queens, and live in the PJs basically, because that's what that campus looks like. And you go on that campus, you guys. Because I moved a young man, like my nephew,
Mhm.
got himself a little Charlie, first person in his family, and his mom didn't know how to do the paperwork. She was my neighbor.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, I'm proud of him. I don't know, I just give me flashback. Sorry. And yeah, you go in there. My two favorite teams. My sisters both went to St. John's. I used to hang out there. I had a girlfriend in St. John's. I used to hang out there, and I could have went to St. John's for baseball and Michigan. Those are my two, and that's my other squad.
Wow.
Oh, Michigan. Although Duke has the night, you get the Battier.
Yeah.
So SGA reminds me of that.
Of SGA
Of
reminds you of
of what we were talking about. I moved on from the other thing. Flop of the flopping. You can't breathe on me. Michael Jordan,
Mhm.
It's true,
and
right?
we
But I
don't
don't
really
feel like
need
he
to
earned
go
it.
hard against them.
yeah.
Like I just don't feel like he earned that whistle.
Yeah, how did we get here with him being
Like I don't. At least with Michael Jordan, he was getting his head beat in
Right.
by the Pistons, by
Definitely.
everybody. They was beating the crap out of this dude. He earned. Nobody should get a whistle like that, right? You shouldn't. You shouldn't get the quickest whistle on the planet. Whatever. But at
Yeah.
least Michael Jordan went through the gamut. He earned the right to have that whistle. Like, what the hell has SGA done to get a Michael Jordan whistle? Other than the fact that they want him to be the face of the league. It's an agenda.
Well, I think that's it. They were searching
Him and
for a
Wimby.
face
They
of the
want them to
league.
be the face of the league. And it's not working.
Right.
Right? So for as much as you bowing down to him and you giving him this whistle and you making it a easier run for the Oklahoma City Thunder, nobody cares. Like they go to arenas, they don't sell them out. Nobody want to see them. They sell
Mhm.
out their arena. But when they go on a road, they not spiking ticket sales. Nobody cares about these guys.
Mhm.
So what's the purpose of this? You forcing him on the people, and the people don't want him.
I'm going to tell you exactly what's
The Knicks
happening right now,
fans
and
travel
you're
well. The
right.
Lakers fans travel well. Golden State fans
Yes, I
travel
do.
well. Oklahoma City Thunder are the NBA champions and they can't sell out arenas.
Mm-hmm.
They go
That's a
places,
fact.
ain't nobody coming out to see them. Don't nobody care about them. So what's the purpose of this?
I don't know.
I agree.
I do
I'm a
know because those are facts. You can look those up, Freezy. They not
right.
selling
Those
out
are fact.
arenas.
No,
They
No,
sell
no,
out
no.
their arena.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I
Oh,
just
oh my
don't
bad. I'm sorry.
understand. No, I just don't understand because your question is on point. Like, who asked for this? Right? I understand
right.
it. That's what I'm saying. I'm perplexed like you.
Like the people is not
I
like,
no.
oh
I could
wow,
give you the answer. Here's
Shea
the answer.
Gilgeous-Alexander's coming through. Nobody cares.
Here's your answer. LeBron James is about to retire.
And he's
LeBron
still
James is
selling out
about to
arenas.
retire.
When he goes,
Right.
wherever he goes, the Lakers fans come out and they're not coming out. And I'm not saying Luka's a bad player. They're coming to see
Right.
LeBron.
No, of course.
Golden
Right.
State
But
ain't
why
even
do you
winning
think they
games and they
did that
selling
with
out
Luca?
arenas. It's
Why did they
crazy.
do that with Luca?
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's weird. It's
I.
it's weird to me.
It is
Because the
weird.
NBA
This
about
is what
making money.
this is what happened. LeBron James is about to retire. They couldn't find a LeBron James in time. You know what I'm saying? A Michael Jordan, a LeBron James. Even though I don't put them in the same category, LeBron became an entity, right? He's an entity. He's a different, complete. Right? He became the face of the league. You know the NBA, right? We'll call him. I always call those people the logo. I know we have the
Yes.
logo, but
Yes,
they're
I get it.
always the logo, right? You get it?
Mhm.
So now he's leaving and his son can't play. So it can't be his son. And they have now rounded it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 people, and most of them are not American NBA basketball players,
Right.
and they are searching for anything that looks the part of a superstar, and that doesn't matter. We're not talking about when I say look, I'm talking about he swagger, um, obviously scores like a beast. You could put him in a movie. You know, he does commercials. That's why you see all those. I don't know if you've seen them. All those whack Anthony Edwards commercials. He just pulls up. It's just an Anthony Edwards. I'm like, what is this? It doesn't move me. And I
See, but
wondered. I
Ant-Man got
want
personality. People like
right. He's
him.
got personality, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have. He still doesn't have the cachet. Like for me, when he does the commercials, I'm going. I have to go. Oh, Edwards, right, Edwards. I get it.
Mhm. Right.
It doesn't move me, and I think, and I wondered for a little while if it was an age thing, right? Like we're like, and that's possible. It is possible
It's
that
possible.
there is some age like gap thing that we're whatever. Because in my mind, for a while, they did a really great job with it with the Joker, starting to make him and Embiid the battle between the big men, and they were able to do that until Embiid couldn't play anymore. You know, the same way, and now it was back onto LeBron. Even though
Okay.
the focus never really left LeBron, it was now solely on him again.
Okay.
And then they pulled that stunt overnight so they could have the Lakers have a star.
Right. Why
Mm-hmm.
nobody was looking?
Okay. Well, no one was looking, and no one knows how this happened. They said hey, would you give us your used to be all-star that has a broken everything for Doncic? Would you like that? Maybe we'll give you a second rounder.
Right.
Sure. Hey, come on.
Right.
So I'm dying because that's really what they're trying.
That's
They were trying for that, you know.
Right. Right. I would say
That's why I think that we do terrible in the draft. If we drafted one of these other guys, we'd have that.
Right.
Anyway, sorry. That was my part.
Now I'm with you. The thing is it probably wouldn't have been as polarizing for me, Wiz, if we didn't lose to OKC the way that we did earlier in the season.
Mm.
The referees come out with like, yeah, I know that there were 14 questionable calls, but these two were really egregious. Wait a minute. No, don't conflate numbers, right? Like you're like, these are the only two that we saw. No, you said 14 were questionable and 2 were egregious. Right? 14 calls and you picked out the worst 2?
Yeah.
Nah, the Knicks could have beat that team by 10. 14 calls.
They were up at half, right?
Yeah. I don't respect OKC and Tory B. I know this is immature, right? I know this is immature me saying this. But for that fact alone, I really want to beat OKC tomorrow, even though it's only 1 out of 82.
Mm-hmm. You know, Frieza, on a certain level, however, knowing that it was a referee decided game, the fact is losing by 3 to the NBA champions, holding them down to 103 points. In some way, I'm still pretty comfortable with whatever the outcome is tomorrow, as long as we don't get blown out, because it shows we can beat them. They don't have us. They don't have a mind game over us. Right now, it's a matter of execution by us and hands off by the referees. That alone will decide the game for us. And we're going to be in Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
So that additional factor means that the Garden means that they have to perform for their crowd, and it's pressures on them right now. So close game or victory by us is a defeat by them, no matter which way it ends up. Only way they can win tomorrow is to win by 10 plus or something, where they control the game most of the game. So I'm actually comfortable again because I'm looking towards the season's end, and health is number one priority.
Right.
Yep.
Along with seeing Mike Brown executing properly with his rotations, where the hot player, the hot lineup, whatever it may be, whether it's all rookies or all veterans or a mixture. I shouldn't say rookies, but a rookie sophomore lineup, young player lineup, whatever it is, bench only. I don't care what it is. When he's out there and it's executing, don't pull them because it's time to rotate in the starters, things like that, and we just execute, and then we can see that he's making the right calls. I'm comfortable with seeing a game like that and going, okay. I see the potential for what the playoffs going to be, and I'm looking forward to that hope. That's where I'm staying. I'm sitting in that zone right now, and actually I think Tori brought me down there because about 2 weeks ago, Tori was not a happy Nick fan. So I remember.
I was in the sunken place, brother, in the sunken place.
She was down there. She's in the dark. And was like, oh man, I hope I don't get there. But I mean, I
One
saw you got
can't
there.
wait to rewatch that.
One of the things though one of the things I respect about Tory though, and the guys won't ever admit this. Like the guys, for the most part, the guys would rather go down in a heap of a lava pit of despair before they admit that they may have had an epiphany. Like, hey, you know what? Maybe I thought more deeply about this thing, and maybe my mindset then was not the correct mindset. You know, so just think about something. Like, I just thought about this thing, and maybe I wasn't.
You know,
Where I
I'm
should
going
have
to
been.
I'm going to friend Parish Duggar and Sherwin, and I'm going to stop picking on them, man. Stop picking on oh freaky. Stop picking on them, man.
Because because we're at a place where information and knowledge should be power, right?
Exactly.
And if you get information, and if you get information and knowledge and stuff, and you're like, nah, I don't care what the information say. This is how I feel. Like that's what the guys would do. The guys would be like, I would rather be dead ass wrong, with all the data saying that I'm wrong, than to be like, you know what? I'm gonna make up a thing. I'm gonna make up a world where I can be right.
Lost not checking the map.
We win when we wear orange. They're like, hey man, come on.
Yeah.
I do. Hats off to you, Tori. Hats off to you, Tori. I do. I appreciate that.
Because I try to do that too, and I know I get caught up in the moment, right? I know I'll get caught up in a moment, but my thing is ultimately this team. This is the greatest stretch of Knicks basketball that we've experienced in 30 years. The last time this team was this good for this long was the late 1900s. Wiz, you ever heard somebody say that before? The late 1900s? That's the last time this team has been this good for this long. The late 1900s. I was alive in the late 1900s.
I'm about to say that's the last time I heard it. That was the last time I heard it.
The late 1900s.
Yeah. On your 20th birthday. On your 20th birthday was the last time I heard late 1900s.
When there's no smartphone and there was no flat screen TVs that could hang on the wall, or maybe it did, but it was like $10,000 for a flat screen.
Yeah. Oh, back then, yes.
You remember? It used to be this huge box. It was a huge box flat. Oh, you got a flat screen? No, I don't. I got a screen that's flat on a huge, heavy box.
Yeah. They had to carve out your wall. Remember they had to carve out your wall? They had to sit your TV inside the wall and in order for the thing to be flat, like all the way.
Right.
Right. Yep.
I bought a flat screen from at my mom's house. My mom, they don't watch TV. So I was in the guest room. I'm like, I need a TV to watch the Knicks game tonight. So I went to Walmart and I bought a 48-inch for like $100 and something. It weighs about 10 pounds of that. Instead of in size. It's mind-boggling.
If I tell you the TV I have, it's about 60-inch TV, and the only reason it's not out of my house right now is the first flat screen I bought. But now, and it works just fine. It works just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But that mother is heavy as hell. Now, heavy. And I keep saying to my son, yo, get one of your box of friends or whatever and pull this sucker to the curb. And I want to watch from the window as people try to pick it up and put it into the car.
Right.
Now, when I tell you it looks identical, to the same thing that you just bought with, except it's maybe 70 inches, 65 inches, whatever.
Right.
That month,
And the late 1900s, that was
$1,400. It
The
cost
late
me
1900s.
$1,400. Yeah, it was late 1900s, and it cost me. Yeah, and it cost me $1,400. Now I got a big TV, flatter, light. All I need is a person to help me because it's it's wobbly. It's not they're light, but it's still like whatever.
Right.
Hard to get up like whatever. So the other one, and they wanted to take it down. They were scared it was going to break the desk and fall.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's fine. Leave it alone.
Right.
Just throw it away, Dad. I can't.
No.
You were babies.
Can't let it go.
You were all babies. I gotta let it go. You were watching Baby Einstein on that.
I remind you of a Fabulous song. Just can't let it go.
I got right. I saw Foxy Brown videos on that thing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah.
Hey y'all. I'm gonna wrap right here, man. We've been at it for 195 minutes. We're wrap right. I want to thank Dorkosaurus Rex for coming through, Cowboy Bob, Free Keith, Wiz, Tori B, Jada Chosen One. Everybody, thank y'all for coming through and making this afternoon fun for me, man. I had to get on it and get some time for the channel, man. Talk these Knicks. I'm sure that I'm gonna try to rock again tonight. I'm gonna try to do the Mets channel and the Knicks channel again today, and then tomorrow definitely do the Knicks channel again. Maybe
hello, it's Saturday. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do because I hadn't done anything since March 7th.
All I'm saying is Miss Mocha out of town. Saturdays are off limits. I'm speaking up for her.
She better damn. Hey, I gotta tell you a personal story. I can't say it here because I don't wanna be living in a 1-bedroom flat out on Long Island by myself. So I can't say it here. You know what I'm saying?
You have a good time though. You'd be by me, we'd have a good time.
Yeah. Hey, thank y'all.
Say it now.
Hell no.
Before we sign off, right? Before we sign off, I just want to say one more thing. I had took my championship cup hat and put it in the back of my closet and covered it up with a few other hats because I was so pissed with my team. But right now, I took it out and I put it on my teddy bear to get myself back motivated. So I'm gonna put this out there for
Yo, you got the teddy bears out? Bro, hand to the man. I bought the teddy bears out the closet. They right over here on the floor. It's about 5 of them.
I just the one. I just got the one.
Yes.
And I put my championship cap on it just to get myself motivated again.
They about to sell the kindergartners.
There we go, Tori. And also,
and I'm gonna put it out there for the world, right? I think the Knicks have the most talented roster in the NBA, and I think we're gonna win this year. Okay, you can sign off. We can sign off right there.
Bingo.
Except one last thing. There's only one team
Wiz, don't mess it up, Wiz. Don't mess it up.
No, this is good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You're about to mess it up, Wiz. I hear you. There's one team. No.
One team has scored 10 runs, give up 0, and is undefeated. The New York Yankees, baby. Go Yankees, baby.
The Yankees suck.
Yes, that's right. My bad. Wiz mic on.
See, you should have cut it. You should have cut it, right? You should have cut it. You should have cut it.
Everybody for coming through.
Tori, last word, Tori. That was perfect.
Hey, if y'all check out Still Knicks fans. I think Ron might be live. I can't tell. But maybe he is. Now. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all check out Ron, man. We're gonna get out of here, y'all.
All right.
Peace,
everybody. Peace.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better both